about Parma Tempano, was some 2 1 in Sekama, Floyd, Ebeko, Onamre, some Lebejana, and so I guess 724-723-541 just on Dr. Jackson and some Lancasa, Nakota Farmer, Kota Kanye, one more product and adults our gaso, but be a Fabiano, Winya Kojak, a more range of product, and some be AJ. Nah, woman drive fan say Kojak Pro Code. Jumedia Edia and some and say no, and a bay a code, and your free petrenimo, a bay flew alco amateur Catano, Abako and Tempa. Waba sorry, Edge on us was alco Numa so, never saw brushe, ayo teeth, anopa, and asanacho, and san wa compasudiano, ayo Kojak, Amochaco, toothpaste, a BM ayo Kojak, regular fluoride, and some yes, you say, Emma want a bum come out, Gamino. And something I would support a sincere bear. I'm saying, canning now so be through Nafe, and you man some I come Anna Kojak, yo Kojak P and Kojak F, one more mouthwash, and so and some animal be a Drubiano, one else a bear sham, Okashi drag lane, I won't cry, and I fay, or by a central market, oh Kumasia, I have 0244-559597 Kojak farmer, and so and Joso.
Wow, far phone is Siana a ball code in Pegakra and from a star 850 star 25 now also what you may anyway a scratch for win or scratch here now face Kebi about 5 cities I compare 200 Ghana cedis no standard a chance of winning 1 million Ghana cedis 2 ball and a code no on www.scratchforwin.com now on switch my follow prompt and nafe what a try Pasco herbal capsules a German so now pay a man liver and send some and a ball liver no buy and somebody free and they said they obey na brabo and the problem ni na ball brabo no buy and no any day have Pasco herbal capsules said they are dry and no shepa a boy juma a boni entiano asen so the amababy atodo obiano obenya bia toko keku sana fe takrade mo kumase takwa tamale anafe boga onyina no munya bi 0557 45 35 and 79 0557 45 3579 now bonkomo yeram our past specialist herbal hospital yamame doctor kosu aduaya na yamame nie wosim aduane de dose onemum no ebale do specialist hepatitis and afi fatty liver and the fibroid and afi stomach ulcer ni nyina no asomomre na omo no bebre wa German so obanso obetimi Abwa and no dry herbal malamis no and also a malaria draw cough care by Mr. Obawa Ebabua dry herbal tonic so no matter what draw any obetimi afre no mom o crack obenya SCP road our power hospital Bastobo Kumasi Feyase Bosomchi road our dry junction more a water crowd ase or kodo our Naji Estate 0244 544 422 nafe one ya mame doctor kosu aduaya edim enkomasemens vital about Mr. and capsules a guy and ye a guy to do a dear ever the pedranum as of what mema I want pem and matches in a woman producers woman attach you am I do a dear ever and then pem SCP and some tire severe and the West Space and when you saw your bar Manchester no time may you live it or no our from our drone in ye 0240616061 we told will be audio tobia now our friend and paying a doctor see and so much your Obenomino Ebi Herbal Clinic Limited Omo Anna Ebanu Wani say cataract Anna Tiasu and Zoboa one day one so Wontumi enkenkai Nina no sebra na menstrual problems e mano and also ayana times so ebon so flow ayana en time flow said in SM ba stroke and after prostate no Nina no Ebi Herbal Clinic and I do a debate Kumasi kwara so jina say main market na chi na doctor etna se more domain chrono yaben Ebenezer preschool 0541 565199 now what in natural company limited o mantaroma yabe Johnson ama Johnson akoyobo wa o Johnson na mu apam no obi won so Johnson na fe bi akam eni o pro ne bema mu eni o timi promo a na bi enso nakam na ni nyina no prostate no na problem abam to de no prostate no ebe bo true man eni capsules near premature ejaculation and I feel sisi aya Congo ointment no ema honam no enso eye dos fe ema ye swatching tisha no so ansan bia hunam nani no what the bonu Congo ointment na fa bi fa so 0249017101 na fi what in come ye remu e high sensor and the home appliances ne de engofo de do abadwama so ne mum no we and e papa auto a che yes our 5-year manufacturer defect warranty and so da so na ni nyina no and say TV and I open and I say open air condition and I say me ka say e dia e what din so you machine say ni ade ni nyina no you be e microwave nom and I feel blender iron ni nyina odwani ebe che in showroom so na dwuma ne de ye bo enti ato apetem man mu ba bia you kuma say you can say kofrodua you won grind you hoho you tamale and I feel you sign sunya be bia you obetimi afre 0302550000 now on yatin komo na apomogen no asam emulator bar supplement obo ana make am for diamo mu say immune system I am rare and no ana kantanka for herbal pharmaceutical so matna say wo my research and my papa mo den and so na draw and no eboa enkwamo no man ya den and no emulator bar supplement no eboa pa na duo me say the would say me na no pay na osore uza wani su brew asa won fa wo yade a to adre bi na bobi anopa bobi awia bobi anwumre eno ano adre wo ya koda wonu bi eni eji so obi a wadi mfe dumie no eko oba wa fa efunu na afo makoda no fu a wontimi enu adre bi kwa adwoman so wo benya bi ato Alaska Star Enterprise awana medu ya dem siesie your office ye be dimu dwuma amemo ye neat say grass bi ana wo de to for mo carpet ya dada o sesa no na afa no wall clock ya obi ya a modern and a TV stand sana afa nioma ya this says ya den wallpapers no and a blankets no furniture doom your Mrs. Anacha Plaza and a boss of and building no a general cross circle tiptoe lane 0554114878 na afa what dim uncommon Karen Stake Ventures was said drono ebusia adrowe na make one samacho say ne we a bema na Beme wa mana na any odi chinchini ana afi wako bobi atrama say gonoyi wanya bi ama ojo nwanye numa drabi na afi ebeyi ni nyina e de frenti na mu yare ni nyina no zara mixture ni G capsules no ana benu biwi no apezara man capsules no man power eno memedro chidom hene chira wachi ma boy juma pampe ama no ma kama hindi no enso delewe diabetes na afi aba no malaria 0246348334 now what in common Sequence Connect Limited woman daroma woman adadianoma woman do too far akonko phone cross na eba the same Europe and Assembly Asia North America say US of A and Assembly Canada and our person do any chire mo person mo ko tu kwan ekokoya adwuma mo ko sua de students ye biem ade amam Assembly student visa and our person je work permit ni nyina no ye betimi aboa na afi won so setimi akabi abra betimi akoya adwuma ko phone cross ye pre-orders and afi we Mason ni and Assembly we Thailand ni nyina no de pray mo ya nurses ni nyina na kwa bie ade amam so and asebeto adwuma ne dos ntu ba frɛ o fra no abuza sɛ madwuma ni o mi kɔ bie yeye na no ma to so o ma bi bia wie ansa na watu asika ade ama wo mu 0553732982 na onu mo adi nkomo na tabia no ye bo ene takum no enso maba so because takum ne dem say mate kra say omo be ma wo mu award e wo ye kan say takum no because mema nyina no ana akomu abom mo say wo mo di award e ma doctor ni nyina ne say wo ma di mema sem ama wo mu ese nkokrafo no be 80-60 wo enso era 70 no bra o mo de pa na wan hwe na ya branch a wo mu ensom na betimi age ade afiwu sam ni nyina no takum ya herbal mixture no malaria draw ana afi join this ni nyina be call capsules no sisi ya ya de tobi na enom 0243686861 na wadi nkomo Lawson Beverages Limited Dr. Lawson ye Lawson delay man beaters enye draw enso wo ade bi e wono ho a sonko crowd na de woman say we are Berman Juma dear one pen, there be our bay a complaining kwaku, your one draw na say why am re, your one draw one way, Okwa Juma, obi eba be kinka o graphic wato ama tese wo tumu de ama eze woni so bete ntimi stress dilemma ne de ya pebi eto mpanatifi na enonom kakra na beboa dilemma capsules no so ma no woni atenka woni ntide ewo mpema eno so beboa pa mo atenkai enso akoye ede ama no dilemma capsules ana me kanfo edem ama 0248619999 ubenya bi atom ewo adwaman so na router eno no wa adwaman so your router life Ruta Mister and a Ruta Tonic. Ruta Mister no deal with malaria no kele edifice system at the mouth. Intia na washan so de amame ye na ya pe Ruta Live and also mojedi of Fusanya ye woni pedremu ansa na Ruta Tonic no and also na prechi and you zoom layo e se typhoid fever ni nyina no e be ji e de free pedremu de amwa drawing koda wo mu nimfie dumienu ekọ omunum bienye ye wo ma koda no fa na sa kodane dai funu mu a onso oyo bata untimi emfa adre bi baby ato adro bia no obenya bi ato nchiremu 0244 485632 na wadu nkomo ye rem ewa amonone anesa na medimi dimafo na ewie na fancy aba medimafo Dr. Tanda so Dr. Juma diem a wodi esronko wose awo ben febe breni awono anso emma wase bray na omo ye stroke anase mbia sexual weakness anase bemai obema so afon akakitu abi ni nyina no we enwa adwuma adwuma no medimafo Dr. Time da so ebu akwa agugu school junction ana doctor ewa akra poku asemayira obetimi a contact doctor ewa 0244 774-282 0244-774-282 na ni medimafo edin komo fancy
wo me da say na yemra na fe yemra me share yen question of the day amuzupi herbal mixture no infection adro amuzupi na wadwaso ya pebito na no meno na pepo na infection nyina no watu ase kama se oba se bema na so vitabi efru bema ni mu ba fe wo yo ba so na sansa gu ase nso no enso gu rough and country mu bedroa eno ebedi wa kagina mu na beje wo enso ayamuzupi na darmo say yemisa osanyumre abo 8 o'clock Chelsea and Arsenal our Carabao semi-final on him and for Nigeria and Morocco and so at the same time simultaneously. Now as a football fan, which match are you watching tonight? As a football fan, which match are you watching today? And I said tonight mudia hena be a couple
well me share Nigeria ne Morocco.
I don't think Kasana
Nigeria and Morocco na mashe we were no intensi Yentenya Chelsea ni Arsenal be say nya bi and
the return leg
bo ntimi de Usimen mo we see form 90 be hwe mu pa okay mama mfa we my Facebook or the Brown Junior I'm Chelsea fan I will watch Chelsea match anytime any day and no day abawen so Cisco and I was Chelsea match of course and on the day aba Randolph for draw say Chelsea Arsenal and my His Excellency and I redo say I will watch Madrid news okay and I say as I heard Madrid news comfort say Arsenal and the Chelsea match over here Frederick Amwako said Chelsea and Arsenal and watch the Alta family as a Chelsea Arsenal watch Rude Boy as AFCON is prestigious than Carabao Cup okay and so a day ever Emmanuel Bonsu said Nigeria and Morocco on Mexican game we cry and no Jima Emaso Jano every abano Babs Mola or say Obesha both and kakra one also a day Amaya America GH Nigeria Morocco and one so Sajat Glory was say go watch small 15 or share 15 15
oh we am a piano selling for say Nigeria versus Morocco and I feel way so I say always AFCON and friend Bentum Omar and a day some message you know and so by and Zuzu Blanks and so say whatever I Chelsea game look at Madrid and monitor Morocco and Nigeria and I feel way so as Nigeria and Morocco Benjin Francis we are and our daily message free or no and some identity eba and I don't pay live on the show some two gase one also Nigeria versus Morocco and after we say I will watch Nigeria and Morocco. No, I am majority leader of parliament and a day and a message about Ray Emodi Jr. and so Kwadiama Arsenal and Chelsea. One game I was a Barcelona I will also say and Nigeria Morocco where I godly Felix and so any no and some identity at Yaba Betway, yes, regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana, not for persons below 18 years, and so a Betway or say. Koswana Bertie, Ubenya points, your dear. Your friend of Betway rewards, I know, and I be convert Usika, and also be convert points at the Iska. The other one, dear Bia, we met with Usika, and so I Betway coats, any 4 coats, and right now, Roma for
Como Kidis.
What else was a Roma of phone? That's a no question. BW32 347 C37 and here 13 O's.
Good.
BW32 34C 818 7 O's. BW32 34A F8C. Last code. BW32 34B 41D. Okay.
I mean, Kaho.
You know, I'm going foreign about. So, only be out. Okay. Real quick, Medasipana. War, a pronounce. You're coming on here. I don't know. For messages, live on Wontumi TV, live on Facebook, the same account. And so, I was YouTube, also know, live. And so, I was on a TV, no digital, and a satellite, and I don't pay them. Just say, Nasamitra, now, red one in a call periphery. How many months in here?
Bear 4.
Sir, okay. Almost saying chamber.
Still in the pipeline. Pipe on the
that's our pipe on the bed pipe.
Pipe and some maybe free more clear.
Yeah,
well, Sharak won't take you off any come back. Couple camera, yeah, Funza. I call was sound at 25th. No,
yeah.
Guys, be me a presentation. Me, mammy, and I know worship. Street code.
Okay.
Street code. I'm saying, or don't see into on one jet in Tad.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Almost share presentation. Street one.
Oh, nice.
Shadow crown and their bombing kind of comes and
code.
Street code. I'm saying, Shako pictures in the bat.
Okay. Street code.
One guy, quackers and crack jib. I wanted it. Stage now, so run a tally on the bar stage. Born it, you know. So
nice.
Street code. I don't know so much. Say, I know quality pa.
Wow. So symbol started.
Hey, Masa, no, I brutal. Shara Gusunya about was it
Ghana for and
the crime. Yeah, pronounce your crime on about this. I want to miss sports buffet. Yanko foreign.
Angwa Juma no you Yami Wohoda Se Uji Dudia Obeya Juma Such Renia no you Yami Wohoda Se Uji Dudia Obeya Juma Ye Bompaye Shamachi Shra Yehuwa Ila Henu Yehuwa Ekat We Ahata Et Yehuwa Elohika Bika Luvika Uvika Naveshika Uvika Miyodika Tode Yasak in English in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Shout out, come on, boy, Capo. Say, Capo, chairman. I feel like chairman. Yes. Got time at Tabu Casamu, some messages and a Benino Biase. Hey, oh, chairman, ya dear pass, watch me assemble. I just quite do come in, and papa, me.
Na guess it is okay how. Guess no. Guess no. Me say.
I stories. I'm a yet for an annual pay life. Our shows nana. I'm an old cast Manchester Pinano and some other so ram our near Farsa. I get Germany and Manchester. I was a Barcelona and Enra. Mekaya Pansa made a Bamunchan manager. Your Farsa company and some Linano and some other and Bamunchan Fono. Wamos our way. I won't MC Colonna Ho and a near Canasa bonus league came no and also other cost away a matcha and about 7:30 and some number our way and a Samachano. I had some Bamunchan Fono so quite away now and watch at the same time. I have brain album came our way no not just RB Leipzig and some by a team. Wamos on a Freiburg and so fear. Wamos a game about so and what you know your TG Hoffenheim and some other Borussia Mönchengladbach came no and also some other to the same time and Sana Wama Ali kick off and some other bonus league anymore and some by a gamer Bobo Kravarsa Wolfsburg and Alpo and some other and Pauli Archers and also some by a gamer I have 5:30 and a Samachano and other Kosomo Samachano one matches we are saying and some by the same time I guess 7:30 and a Chasano Peno Yada Amte Tanadia Caninano and some Maya Jeff our shoulders and what we all said Italy one some game Ebasiakwa and Yawa Napoli and Babakua Yafonsa Palma Unumsana Casino Inter 4 and a decay 43 points and a Napoli and some Matosomiansa one some our Tarmentana Sabiana Inter 4 Basomukim and a Sabia Napoli Timono one some Babatimia Closi and a gap and a Sabia Inter 4 one some Menteni and your points gap Archesada one more and some other Napoli foreign time now Napoli Bedi Camp answer Napoli the area 5:30 and a second Abbas our stadio Diego Armando Maradona ho and a referee fansa and your Michael Fabri Abakakuri Sakema and also Abakos Ansana Yababenya Inter Milan and Bobokua your fansa Lechi where are you game Okaya make a choice Inter coach you know when my boys and a day off proud to one game and then Abaso Anwa Waman Kotana Amaya training Achasano and some Kakra Baya na and a game Abaso Rufina your father Fabio Marasca or no and a German side canning in Anasa what on some Baba D and then you may one some game Abasuano and 7:45 and a just Inter and some other Napoli Fortiano and on some Abacoso now get him say why are you semi frainer and your first like Garma EFO Cup no na Chelsea knows our bridge and so and then you may and your semi trouble Bokua your father said Chelsea Abo and somebody at Arsenal our brother Mary Janum Miam Kakosas Weno I'm so beyond some Kaisento and some myself fast like and Babasu Anachas Arsenal and many jazz worker and some Mama Yagina says the moment about me I trophy be and some other Carabao no what to buy a boosty Ebia boys no one some more near the Emma just a belief idea and also about not just a trophy canning and also let me out to us today one some other so much say Wabra Arsenal Omo Quest Serbia one some other Premier League no and somebody else now so no one to the about why are you gamer and I am very crucial and some other team no said I be a new man and some other to me Akokama and some other team our brother Peno Yada Amte Tabant I gamer now what was a referee no Babakosa match no one some confirm yasa one on the squad and a referee no I Simon Hooper and some Ayava Aya Charlotte Gillette no and a German side kind of video assistant referee no what on some other to me Asha Amanya Manino and some I find them a team now and on some I Kakra for Sama Chenemo and some Abana Yenim say Africa Ebehuru na 5 o'clock and you rain. Yeah, on my iPhone friend says Senegal. Woman game area the Pharaohs of Egypt were a gamer. What can say the last time I Senegal, you know, woman AFCON somebody a coffee, you know, Omone a year chess Egypt SCI our final. Emma Sadio Manenum, Amosom Okom Ye Paje, I don't know if you Mosala Monsamli Ade, and you'll be an Egypt, you know, where else some a pair back, Amo Mano, and I said Menoka says Senegal Timono, woman some form, Abama Chaswa Main Akoswaya Jumano, and somebody at Egyptana, Yabahu said yes, I came no, and on some Babasiako way a big gamer, and no Abaso Kuli Balinum, and just a boy sang couch or some room, a match with Abaso, no Bashapa. Now I'm trying to say the Obianum Sano, and some Abaso and Yate, one more trade, and you cautiously, just any gamer, one more some other Senegal in Ababanum, Babiam's attention Cassia, and some other call, a gamer host nation Morocco, and some other Nigeria, and some other bought Tim's Rinano will be on some hour from Nigeria, Timono, woman and Kamiasa, I said, Nam, Omuturia Passa, ya, Ghanaian referee, everybody's again and Quandia, woman some Ammonia and from woman here, some Anabosia, Chesanam, Amunia Procopa, and some Ania, Tuba Tabaho, woman some Tuba Tabania, and James and Omunimsa, Ghana phone out almost support, you know, and some Abama Nigeria, Chesane, woman some Morocco came Abasana, Onum say, we are a poly market sport, almost say, woman say, almost opono, woman to the person. Morocco, a chances as a Wabaja AFCON area sin now so no and I was throw not just a Morocco Diano and some I 37% one and I favorite say one some Abajani I can say I just AFCON and some Ariako and watch Senegal and some Atosumi you know one Senegal you know I 28% I say one some Abatumi I AFCON and I Nigeria I cannot just I'm so much as a tournament in Nigeria team no wabom abataso ayamiensa womunya 25% anafe ay Egypt no wabom som anya 13% and I said a percentile and some asikoi na Alex Iwobi ay Nigeria wabom some player na omusa boy say wobi anano yamo bo ay World Cup qualifiers obi an say Nigeria and some asidugui na mu group amuwom asa mo bo asa mo asa World Cup qualifiers agrobi and amudini ade at the Bania Cancer Continental Playoff of Morocco. Money DRC Wontumi and qualify name Aban Intercontinental a playoff of Morocco and asa way a DRC omum and some other qualifier but yaba AFCON Nigeria a different team cry one kasam a Nigeria team way and some other ball World Cup qualifiers one some degree nanyabi adena sesa and a problem woman on the right I'm San Nigeria team no and you may call you AFCON pass as I will be your favorite and Alex Iwobi was I want to just want to mention that Serbia a way and answer a say and an enquiry was one of on to me pinpoint Serbia way and enquiry yes sano ama just AFCON and you must what Daniel Alex Iwobi edram at Nigeria team yen our bra proud to match way one more some press conference at Basel
to go and no matter if it's the World Cup qualifiers, AFCON, we've always given 100%. I don't know where it is now. I feel like everybody has this task ahead that we want to win every game. I feel like in the World Cup qualifiers we wanted to win as well, but it was of course a difficult moment for us. But with this obviously disappointment, we kind of use it as motivation to go and achieve something for our country, for ourselves, for our family. So I can't pinpoint where it is to say there's something different. I just know we have the same mindset, the same mentality, and the same application. So we're just grateful that we're doing really well at the moment. And the same attitude we had in the World Cup qualifiers is the same attitude we have in the AFCON. And we're just trying to do our best. No matter if it's the World Cup qualifiers.
Nigeria branch here, France, Alex Iwobi, and I'll just say, you're done some just attitude. What would bar a World Cup qualifiers anymore? And the same attitude, and Nigeria to bar a AFCON. No one on Nima DSC, no one to me just a way anyway, Kwai and Unquay Amene, Saniaman Swadana Cradiaman, Nigeria Timino, and some our AFCON. We are good so I am Nigeria as well. Some of them player, your father's Victor Osimhen, and some Commodore Osimhen, Jano, Wabusana Morocco again, baby, as I say, Nigeria Flapem Swaba drew, and a chess a match. I want to Nigeria, Bomotumba, Woman Bo Abaso Bomania, Tinina, Robaswan Canning on the crown is one moment to me at AFCON, and some ideas woman, some Morocco gamer, I was one we are back, Odin Como, and your from Morocco, a match and Hono, young said Victor Osimhen, as he can in some.
It within ourselves. They have a very good squad, talented players, but I think we are one of the most feared team in this tournament, considering the kind of talent we have in the squad. But I think there is no pressure within the camp. Talk about it within ourselves. We just take one game as they come. We just played a very big nation, Algeria. We just display something that the whole world see that these guys are really up for this trophy. But just like I used to say, it's not going to be easy. Of course, the Moroccans are playing in front of the thousands of their crowd, which is an advantage for them. But I think many of us here has played in a stadium where there is 80, 90 capacity. So for me personally, there's absolutely no pressure at all. I don't even think about it. I just focus on my team, and then when the day of the game comes, we give everything, and then we hope for the win for us. But it's not going to be easy, but I think we've got a chance. They have a very good squad.
Nigeria striker Fanisa Victor Osimhen just one and some Nigeria side Nigeria team one more chance and one some Morocco game will fear just some more one better much any other but most answer game our Chester Stadium stadium Kasebia baby one ma be bra nipa bense 80,000 90,000 na Chester Stadium abomma unya bola hu shio na so nyina che kwano mo ginam aya adwuma de ba nyina che nei wono na wo giri ebesa Nigeria man no ensom our chance a Chester game no eno abakoso na ye kan nyina no wonim sa Morocco coach ayo owura ye fa no sa Walid Regragui na owura no ensom na dinkomo kakana wo dia couple just in emergency yanko aya 2026 World Cup na bianca Black Stars a coach Otuado e dia be kwako drew the semi final and say be a final na yanye kura o de susu no aye betumi age ensom awo ho say ya be gi o say yanyo na nka be a Black Stars e be ko aye final na say be the first African country ye wrom enso abo final ana Walid Regragui essay onsa na Africa ye best aye quarter now ya World Cup boy our Chester 2022 ano ensom aye kata dey ana obi unsa Morocco for ko aye semis etwomo no maba be the first African country woman drew the semis of the World Cup in Tinkana one adwuma wa boy kamsa onama Wontumi kana sam emani nye because why ya there ebisi dana so Morocco way bra na dey anko Otuado pa kwasam ya ba obetumi aka coach asam but was Morocco just I was one show omo kan wansam wonim sam omo the pressure e coach ne say wo po I was say omo 50-year drought woman ko e wa braba na AFCON womo nyibie for 50 years any I was say kwabi asore trophy no esi krom ho yentie Walid Regragui e wa bra na wono so din come pressure and also edeba.
When you are the coach of national team of Morocco, every result you have a critics. Is true. I do my best for my country every time. Maybe I do a mistake sometimes because every coach he do a mistake in their life and is like this. Me, I'm stay focused with my team is what is important. I fight for my country and the critic every time. What I say to my player, I can fight about this. What is important is what he do in the pitch. When he wins the game, he helped me a lot because when you have only 4 defeats in 3 years half and you make Morocco in semi-final in the World Cup and semi-final in the AFCON, normally nobody can speak. But in Morocco, it's different. You win on his poke. It's like this. You need to accept and to work a lot and to accept this. And we hope the next coach, inshallah, in Morocco, he do more of what I do me. Look, in my country is like this.
Just latter part, manager, watch, only just just one person be inshallah that should be a Morocco ebenya coach just Jumo no Walid Regragi ebe body go on in nipa no ebe more than Jono Walid and so ababe wa brana no pe no aye kakra ba tutu se pressure fan through pa wo mo referee class so do ma ko come semi finals o just na ono so kakra de banana shadow akma me Olympic Marcel on sa no pe no me be te won so amasenra wo mo kwasha 9 enso ewa we na bobokua wo mo so gina eno enso aye ne kan sa bayo achesenra wo no boy enano pe no ye say adia Marcel fo aye home team no enso bo Marcel abaso pa na omo taye Paris Saint-Germain na no ye omo ye bi ana chesa no wachi eno na dwe say wo mo wie aye sa match on san komo kwa we say na good process sikara baba no awasan ke bia Marcel agene chafa say bia enso ya the bus and a banner say bia plane ticket bia enso be twa ticket na the bat wonim say team sakasere say PSG and Marcel mo no mo kwa no mo sa do mo chafam Ebi ache team enketua no na we ye lower division crowd bayo enra yese Marcel force omonye wo mo mfa siesi omo club no entima me club no president ye fan say Luis Ferreira Pavesi owe fan say Luis Ferreira Pavesi ono eni opani na ayo president anima aye bobo kwa fan say bayo di obeso kan nyina say wasem adia Marcel fire no eso pa na ne ho no se na se be confirm a club president and what we fan say Medi Benatia one of sporting directors and say we must show top class and na ojiri e ba se sikana de womo so bayi so ne ye onum so ma so mo cha sai womo de kwa koboa eye club no am say omo day to day no ma bi also omo ebiem oro na ba so cha sai resources wey womo bayi zi e dia training na mpaboa ama cha sai boys no ani ma so atimi akokama enso ade ma tim no ana bayo omo team captain no ye fa no aye Gregory Delane na Gregory Delane ana ono so say womo wie game anom Enya Facundo Medina AJC captain any waje Medina Jesse ana biem o say Marcel players no wo mo ro omontade de ma omo bo enso arma bayo na dia team na no was anke bia nkobu mo bo Marcel o ball lower division kra ke bia wo kana fa wo nkame again na o say but wo said ya Marcel for no omo da form wo mo ye really cool and say no mo we gamer wo mo say do omontade ma o man po we game kra no when Benjamin Pafa enti nkomo ama Pafa enso atunufo abusano sa aside aye born awobana juma ban and wo ye answer sale what the mission we mo no untimi anya born gobu on ma obi ya carpenter ni obi ya mason ni obi ya doctor obi ya century obi on ma excavator and wo protini ate ama chese san komo no nyina no eno so across and ya donum say coach nom at the armband abo aye mason grilled aduba bi wo mo gabro Medina Eddie Campo armband and Sana Mason grilled ababa armband no wo mo wie na coach Roberto Di Zerbi say after the game grilled abeka chan say ono captain armband de o tiamza yo boy ma wo de ade bi kana no kro ba fe a choso tim say boy no concentration nyina no eye ball enye captain bi ene bia me leader bi ene ya de a chasa na am sene ne ade akoda no pa enwa wonya hat-trick outside game ni mu a yere update ane de aka nyina no enso mate ebana de Zabi say wo be ka say bia Paris Saint-Germain wo ma frim anu ntia nei Marcel eye favorite no was say a small team mentality nessa team no am say anya kra ade I say sir nano Paris Saint-Germain afrimu but almost only big Marcel eluzu game na nsemu e dia man nont enti say we waje say be team kese nko na e betimi age na be also only PH nko na be bodu ba bi no anje nom ani tulu nom emo na chese be ma de ani enso ayo ntoro de won ka say bi omo ye favorite wa brand eno so aye kakra amaso ye aba bonsa team no wonum say super copa womo so age a report amenya no say yese emparfo no fu say domestically am say bra bi omo dominate and fa home at the Madrid abeka okay last season omo dufu Madrid and prema akoma ko enan womo say ban say Spain ho dem say womo ni saso obi ani ho a wono so at Barcelona ti ko abeka form no mum dia kan say oho den a ne wa pie at the akwa bontain no wa jai say da bi afia wutim yan kawansam wobi kana wusim no ya fa wura bonten ko boxing ring ni mu a chesa na Barca for say our some amodi ahoden ko bonten na ba no UEFA Champions League wo mo dominate as a domestic and your dominance already wo mo som anya choke eno aye kakra amaso e na no pay no and some at aba na report amenya no say Abrantena, your father said Marcus Rashford. What say and say beto dwasa Barca for say Rashford no crown or omunyam premium na Jenny Ajabat. Jeminya no say boy diam amu papa. It's a squad in depth. I just say here and some Adama Barcelona. Na report to me say kan nyina no and some and say woman catch your man for say either say Manchester United. Woman beto bo so 30 million euros de bra. A dosoro do Sorodo Monteso announce Samonteso dia enya once again Monsama Quay Emma Marcus Rashford Emma ye can say second loan deal on some obium and some Emma Barca Timono Wama Quay matches Aquarano and some Asambolo Babuama Sam move no and Abasunti and I two options are Wamusum Adiama Bobo Quafanasa Manchester United Manchester no Ayaka from Amaswaya and some Banano Peno I will show us a modem sassy German Canasa João Cancelo Waba and a pair group training not just say woman training no more than João Cancelo no and some join a woman Sharaka projects as well I just in Albania and I just ya dema way at Sakotana your friend João Cancelo and some I join a Barcelona training session and I'm not just a free now quay one match as one of Ebia Yami China Yawo one cup game against Santander no coach pa obetimi amena pia coach so and some pensua obetimi amena dodini ama kakransa ne mpo no and some ade aba she batana die unuani na cheso twetwe na tadian sa one join a training session ya dey update no and some ade aba na Real Madrid unum say ye ka Antonio Pintus asam no and na no pejemi nyan say Madrid for say Antonio Pintus na woman say integrate no Edenaba squad no no eba buama injuries aswa te kra Olobi Alonso ye tu fa untie o ba mo say fanika wo se da nanu ya kra mo say suggest ma wo say da no mo say mutro na mu ye enyo enu ntina ama mu propra na okọ owura atena na jomo kan nyina no say yase players no mo ball and some Adama Madrid omo nim owura no party Omani Japan because they also Vinicius and Rodrigo Mono, woman ya Jumache, Intena, Womutiri Bas na Champions League, Emma Kumaku 15, just a Madrid, Aji, Emuma Kumaku 9, now our Champions League finals, no, and some Asibi, it is an who of your experience to say, what Tinatinu Wache, Akojetimuno, 9 Champions League finals, near Casa Fanica, what your backroom staff for home, why your home, Tinti on Tiasia, and yes, plus they say, woman ya G. Paso Refansa, Antonio Pintus, and so Ababak, Ebiamono, Madrid, and some our GDS say, Seri Alonso Penti, Adana Bonten, Emma Quayasa, woman Toway Amano, woman Faway Amaninti, Madrid, Etimway, woman to me titles, no, and Yano Kurada, and Yano Kro Babia. Now, still now, woman squad way, and some are you good enough, sir, I'm about to deliver your trophies. One squad way, Omojiria Pasa, Alvaro Abalua, and some other squad way about the titles at Yama Club, your father's Madrid, and I don't pay that in the training session and command Katrabai. Now, therefore, for Kraweno, Ayamono Chanas, Ansam Meka Enwa, best 7, and over training grounds. Ansam Ramadi Timonum, plus Romo Banano, Namedo, Yadoma rival, and Manamum, Ansam who coach and it, say your same. Coach, no, where you see a back gate. Answer one first team gate and maybe a criminal. Now I'm on time finding mu. Omina fight today. But now so much send your mom and first team that you see a animal gate. You know, report to me on side. The attacker say be a back door and a back gate back. and also a dachire no and a real fans are very abalua and Faribe training grounds and report coming on San Omutibas 3 hours. Now 3 hours I want to buy some tea and some our training at DB Banano player. Now ball a year Druko and some other finishers are busting in Nano. What him say, Jamaican Canasa after some players and a buyer are very abalua. Yes, one of them Dinkomo Oman Chakra, which has a Juma and your practical and your Casa PMs by 3 to 4 minutes. By 4 minutes to be an just a coach, no. What kind of us can be area? Yes, a Juba Bucana just will crack it and your jokes and some other man could answer will be at a better potential after some Sake Alonso and Yabai and some other fluo. Now report to me and say, Alvaro Belua as part of the Nkomo dear within some 4 minutes, you know, what catch our boys and I say, woman yinano woman bo Madrid na pain se ebi a wonni mu a woman also appreciate baby awo sesi enso aye Madrid ana wugina bra enyo bia na nya Madrid ne boy obi won mo interview wo bete me die so no sa me bo Madrid ana mi sa me yakwada ketekete na me sha Madrid JC ana deda ye kasa me ngro nkra me ngro denjani adana makika bi o se etisanam ebi ato na bo adama Madrid I also appreciate the fact that Wababe Ram and some Tadiama Madrid, Omutimo, now the best work coming in as a board, Omunano, Bobby, and some Enra, the training session across na intensity, I was slow and what you pressure, and one pressure, and answer your press, and non your constant, your pressure, will be your back on so, and my name, woman, San Kebi, and a bus and a bar, and my name, woman, Pedrimutia, but Massa, I just want to know what did it from any agenda and no and a man omutiri passe said yes done any Calancelotti now training sessions esitiano sana very abelwa dear woman some and running to the man of peno mebeka say omutiri passe and session no ayat Ancelotti and our sense done in terms and kwadano some afe ayes our session power brand of peno yet update no and some abana Madrid woman management clarify Thomas woman can Avora Bella Muhunisano, Ebia don't judge a book by its cover. Wait, one yamero, Sabia Wadrio, so Alonso Crop, and Tibia, we are ready a bit chef, and some say, one of our strong ideas and what it, one material passer will be our strong character. I just a wound Kim Fan Sosa, and one also Joseph Marino, and Mohomo, everyone move, or Chiribasa Coco, Romadia Classic Konala Yamama Shasia, one more shading Amazon psychologically, well prepare classic no and some other 2 crowded antenna, woman to the Passamania, the right profiler. I was one of some Abaya Jumana, no, I update about Shabi Alonso, yes, in the coaching staff on them. Ebin Koma, woman Kwakwa didn't say, and yes, since last year November, I know what say players no Mako 7. Nasa 7 players, and yes, Ebia, woman you be Akiko, woman Yakasa for your cast, woman heavyweight. I watch as a dressing room. Now, some woman can be a woman, yes, Omoya Yape, no Mako Drew, I am management, no more to concern for Alonso, and I'm saying, will be answering to me, coach Amania, and then a friend of backroom staff, no, will be some Aquatin command. A general leaky archers ya day, ne update, and the Akanino, and some Amaya phenomenal Kasai, Yako, England, and in the Mountains, one, what say Pep Guardiola and Twain Semino, a goal of Manchester and Rano. Now, Pep, I say, 4 officials, referees, Emma Kumako 4, and a VAR, woman in me and take a decision. Serbia born a go. Mo call a center referee was a Womra a touch line. Emesha pitch side monitor. No one can send this side Sabonum a off and I say off now maintaining planning some da. Say referee call pitch side monitor na wakwa monitor off na semi automated no yana hormo yet the end so after long wait. Womo che pa Emma va entimi enteke decision. Wodi ahwa boot red no. We are no aba kase bi o na halana I off ne adema just say am say Man City for no omo dwapa but later ana shauki asanya second quarter club na enom aye kakra fi omo so ye ensom na de aba Antoine Samano aba so ball medema na no pesa aye Bernardo Silva omo nyina no ensom aba Samano ensom aba so ani ade Man City for no womo shift omo focus ade akọ Manchester derby nyame ya ma Saturday enom enso aba koso wabra ye kan nyina na Manchester United Michael Carrick Ejumediano report amenya say management enso amanioma aye clear ade amane say baby aman edano I was so to qualify Champions League yen say to me nkobo another season na Man U any Europe anya Europe bi akeke womo Champions League intena womo na ya we say the task and say I was say Champions League qualification no and also aba na Michael Carrick say onim die I was say we ebe mu wa succeed e wo Man U so we your coach so we your player because ono wa wo ho ache into onum tokro bia mu ana dioma bi nketenkete bia awsa mo kikasi ani ema chese United ne oma kwere nyina no ne oba so kan so onum anim ewa bra no pay no ye de update ane de aka nyina no ensom ama ye chef anano pay ensom awo show no so na ane wache mame aye Man U omu team ne onum sa make us a report amenya no sa womo ya we se Man U squad na nkasa no e so mo mia emfimfi na e so mo mia enso ane sa midfielders e so mo tobi edeba but yesimpan for no say se omo target omo pe no antimi ama eye chese wintai na ne omo antimi ama dia obia ne obekwa akotiska bia dia akwakoto wo obia dia ba wintai na akwakoboka o womo kromo be se major signings ni nyina no womo ye nyame ya no sama eye sama ne mo ano mo twa se bia major signings ni nyina no womo so mbetimi ai to wintai die womo nya ready se bia omo so akwakotua sika kese bia dia akwakoto bia enso atanaba kono Gallagher wanya wie ne medical no or sign a 5.5 year contract amaboboku a ye fa say Tottenham Hotspur okoya waba 40 million euros said ye yedi kan ba tu dwana no owe fa say kono Gallagher Mr. Kunkun enso asaba e wa brana wo be gina finfi enso ade ama sponsor eno aye update aba onum sa mebeka sa worst time omo say wo mo pe Ethan Nwaneri efi Arsenal for no a block aye sa move no Arsenal for no say wo mo mabo en control ma ten aye approach ne down Ethan Nwaneri enso obeste ebiam enso aye Arsenal wo mo different fan say Ben White and am de menya no say Ben White no matese Man City mu nyina buy because on say City wo mo difference na prepare pa na Ben White man no Arsenal say wo mo nyane man nko na wo trophy wo ne Man City na pre na no yakwa no obi be 6 points gap na be de obi na wo say be jai e de Ben White ama Man City and you say o don Pep Guardiola say wo man no ma je title in film nsam into amoma boy na enko ba bia wo be stay beyond aye wintai chese no aye kakra eno som na fi amaso de ba ene game aba so no de wo bia no say the Gunners Piero Hincapie aye Calafiori ne aye Crystal Mosquera omunyina no aye out no ameka sam amya doubtful and some aye Saliba no ane ye twense bia manager na betimi decide e wa bra sa game no eno some abakoso na German san kan say and I agree the goalkeeper by the best time Arsenal David Raya and answer Kepa Arrizabalaga and a Bobo Cup game. Yes, we can Arteta say one cup game and one Premier League go and one Champions League. When you go to Morgas already, who the Premier League, maybe a Wayne, a Debia Carabao, Nomini Ate, Nessa Uti, Asana Mikel Arteta Kana, and Ebetimiaba, said David Raya, Ebedem, and Ebetimiaba, said Kepa, and some Ebedem, not just Arsenal for no woman me game, Essence and young game, Omo, and Chelsea, and a born and you know what brass I game no, and on some other so now called Palmer, yes, Palmer, so or signs our contract, and Chelsea no clause be anywhere a shana contract anymore say be nyame sama say koba say Chelsea entimi qualify UEFA Champions League clause no match say also mu jane kwama no koye so boy no kra no enyama na adwemu da say be na ye kasa no won so no be so free aye Chelsea and some akontomu a wo mo ye report di kan ba say ana Chelsea entimi qualify ana Palmer be ko ne ade nyina no make say clause be anywhere and some asha say contract anymore empana Liam Rosinia Chelsea mpanufo no yesem domo peso mo kan nyina say wo mo odiri se ba wa bai wono ababua ama Liam Delap enyoma fa some Germano born our Ipswich omo sene na ball no esitie ana na no yakwa be 2 games a wo mo botro so nyina Delap abamu a unse boy na maras epeja and some other chain kan ni jana wo mo count on coach ne say wo ba ma boy no some afa no tuma pa and some other fra Chelsea for say wo mo signing so mo ya no abe important ones ni nyina no wo mo jai ade akọ sama ni mo aye sama ana mo be say wo mo so make aye major aye signing say just say bia wo mo targete ene ba ku mi oni bi pie dia mo so betimi abeki aye move but coach na nkasa no wo say yamantu dwa say Chelsea adwuma we wo say aye opportunity ana bao when say ya kama for baby sana one team kasaba no coach ana ne CV exercise the reputation crown dansem any adebatana say opportunity e ba yemfa ne o ma eni agro opportunity e ba onya ena bia ne onto no ne wo make good use of opportunity na Chelsea mpanifo ensom adiama no say wo make coach aye team no Inter Milan say wo mo next game our Coppa Italia no after some no Roma wo man timi an qualify no quarter finals no aye Inter and Torino ensom na be share our quarter finals no mo and na Inter for game wo mo leche elbow me say manager no ebema ne kan say rotation aye adwuma rotation abeya adwuma no nyina no wo hwam probable 11 na sa Mkhitaryan nom and Zielinski nom and Suchich nom wo nyina so abenya playing time na Ayadias Ange Boni nom and Chance Esposito nom and abon chance Muhammad kan ko interview no but this we squad and bibia sesam am start you and this na de no and so abesia ko okay Ivan Perisic oyobi obo internet pen okoi amana se krobeto dwasa team kese bako and some panani ajama yɛ no so ba report amenya say Ivan Perisic no yes Inter Milan esan be say wo mo sare Perisic and some ba wo mo hyase dinkom awesare ade no and some besia kwan no aye Perisic and some ensema yɛ de ema yɛ chef enano pay e wo show no so and what Nottingham Forest aboy na yɛ fa no dan enjoy okay na wo free aye Bologna and about Nottingham or Bino on Shannon Yanasero Sipan about body when Bopa na Interfono Jaminian say Nottingham Ebebusa say na Davide Fratesi and come at to say Anama Interfosi as a sanitary Akadano Grano or Hania Peno and send a more Fratesi Edia and Yabiano done enjoy and some Komono at to say at Chesakuna and American Samna one more chance Interfono and some other for a similar boya your friend Fikayo Tomori report amenya sa Galatasaray womo so show interest womo so anya Fikayo Tomoria womo appointing komono ba koso na afi ya wasare agyan ebesi akọ e wa bra no ensom de film ede bra no pre no e wo show no so ya ye fancy na ya makwan ema eye team no ema na afi ento so this eye Wontumi sports buffet yankwe Besiako Antoine Semenyo as I say or take Ghana and inform our opa omwa is allowed to go nanka wanyanu 2 and answer 3-2. And the first game in the FA Cup was Shagun, and the second game in the Carabao semi. Enra Osanya go and so Edison Suntiano. Yes, said yes, Semenyon so form SCT and Ninano Yababa na Yaba Bishimna Jakano Edia Soso and so Eddie Aman and the game Arsenal and some and Chelsea Eba Bansana AFCON Diano Yaba and also later on the show now new. Set BBI okay BBI find here.
Yo, the media bedunio.
There radiasi.
BI Cooper.
Oh yeah.
Phenomenal so be drew. Aja. Board of Directors Chairman. Phenomenal be drew. Yo, and the AFCON Basso. A beautiful moment on the continent for everybody who loves football. Now, how are AFCON now, you know, I made a lot of memories, pa. Some of these players now, you're warm, yeah, now, put you back. Or struggle, Breno. This time, it has been very much different. For Morocco, poaching Brahim Diaz on Simra from Mebo game, no, after Spain. Anthony unregistered as part of a squad, no. Brahim Diaz is really fit, but right now, Wababe a campaign for Morocco. We also talking about Senegal, Lamanya Ibrahim Mbaye for PSG. 17-year-old striker. He's one for the future. Asani Dia went me Mbaye for Kumu, Uprana Fabregas and Seminar. People were saying, oh, but Ibrahim Mbaye, Juma de Senegal, of course, Nigeria, the most potent forward side in the AFCON in Nigeria, and the traditional giants of our tournament in Egypt. Yeah, but to was about those stories also. But my main started a war. Man City and Semenyon Komono. We are Masha Madrid a below Susukakra. Make my kind of day, they say. Semenyon all call Man City, no. A blessing in disguise among the family. Now, yes, also a boy. Oh, no, say, yeah, let to be a player no e belong to ye nyina na ye bona baso na quite say kabro so ade na mari jatan ni amafo bebre so adwen yom say semenya kra ondru obi esabe ese obo Man City amafo adwen yom sa do you so know say argument bi o say semenya better than Kudus according to Nkrofobi na Kudus ni tiri anye yi. I'll tell you why. But I know idea yes there. Until so many profile how they call Man City no. None of the Man City force and also our profile be.
Wow.
The other day me kind I mean yansem bebre akwa person say. Me say semenyo ni profile e kura no.
City any more.
Obi ani bi. But semenyo ya mpachoti hani City animu hofo no owode obia wo kakra
de ono semenyo e wo ntiama pep e so omra no obia ni ne qualities ni bi but de omo maka no so wo anya obia de so kakra
I mean sure. So Pep Guardiola before omone Newcastle no esantrofo no busa na say Semenyo ne want something to say. And also he's blessed to have Antoine Semenyo. He's different from any of my attackers. How can I not say Pep? I can't use but I don't need to mean to want it. Pep said he's different from any of my attackers. I said this last week at the time of movie corner. Now my main church more differences kakrano. You can't say player profile. A vague, a so wide. Player profile cry evolve mentality. You can't say player profile. A evolve mentality. So Zil button, Messi button, Iniesta button, but 10 me and say I'm a different. So Osha Doku, Osha Savino, Osha Umama Mush, Osha Ellen Harlana, 4 years the most consistent, supported by Ryan shaking and saying, what is shaking Bakaunak? Oh, you have 5 attackers, Semenyo or different. The Etienne say, Doku, we are so comfortable playing from the left. Na all drifting in, all cutting in.
Yes.
Na Semenyo, sorry, Dokuno, ya mami sanche wura hani biu. Doku no ne left soro ho na owo no.
Yeah, Titini can 11 no.
No. E ho na owo no. What's na Coutinho wo?
Yes.
What's na Hazard wo?
Yes.
But Doku say different from those two guys. Hazard and Coutinho die no. Omo line so ho no mo a. They have about 90% mentality say obeba inside. I invert aba be shoot.
Okay.
About 10% penetration the team say oh yeah adwuma bi e de ama obi on ne wani mo ho. And about a very, very, very small margin say obe use line so. The be obeba inside. The be obeba inside on use line so. But so she Doku a oba inside me shoot. Doku is dynamic. But you have line so. But you by inside. Savino are very much comfortable playing within the interior or the other side of the channel. And Ellen Haaland in said in the profile no yaw is here. We natural center forward. Haaland yaw why so about 11 da, why so about 7 da. That's not his profile. But Antoine Semenyo de tieni babia Doku bono obetimi abo. Menka so obeye de Doku ye no. Obeye de fufura Doku ntumi nye. Doku so obeye de ono so obeye Semenyo ntumi nye. But omo nyina the same zone. And say we can Hazard and Doku de no Semenyo a ball writer. When you're direct, when you're vertical, and when you're good in close spaces. But Doku epe close pocket or pediumususa because of close control. But this guy Semenyo our bite it will spaces so and it is up a player where you're very close. I was sort of left one more in terms of an ability to move with the ball, and you'll be to say Kylian Mbappe. Sana Semenyo do anything. So a call no more or ball to say a natural number 9 and drift to out wide. Sana Semenyo profanity and our boss has a or bono the same thing to say the most sala a bono no, but ono you see the left no, you see the right no. So this guy is very much different from Omo no. And unti utimi complete a complement Haaland. Just what the can ho a omani mu a na mo boss bomu a make Semenyo. What did the ball Haaland at your bebo? What the buffet in Jim Harbor? What did the buffet so horrible? Now, when I made the pass, Mikel Arteta league, you know, what who say Man City now, Man City have never won with a defensive stability. It has always been scoring more goals. So, in getting Semenyo, no one Semenyo Haaland catch it. Haaland catch it and say, we on pass me. I persuade me go king.
There's a nice way of telling Semenyo say unya piano me.
Yes.
One of them says Semenyo soon in go nishe.
Oh, the number 1, number 2. Or also catch the fans and say Semenyo you no one pass. I refer to this statement. Semakai.
And so I say no dear grow.
Yes, I'm passing very fair. Fans very fair. Say no say Haaland crack I say on pass and pay. So Haaland statement you know is very deep. What she said you to Semenyo beti so rough.
Tenye jovial adevia. Me can grosso but ma question pa.
Yes. Yo. Strikers. 2. Some of our best friendship it is for the benefit of the team. But how that friendship no be lasting, a be build, a be form no. That is very difficult. It won't say okay no Semenyo response no or say what me a share no so
yeah
or so one pass me or Jimmy go king no or catch us on your bonnet jama me na me mobi because on the ball you know Semenyo is better than Haaland. Semenyo to me ya born who my boshe so what you say. So 2 or catch and say we are here to play as partners and myself fish my team my soccer so best idea so that you can do whatever you want. And you're very deep, but jovially said. The Man City behind man forward Semenyo. I made the say the first 2 games when man of the match. He's an English boy. I mean, by blood we can say he's a Ghanaian, but mentality no. Or you're English boy, and I can tell you say yeah, Bono, or body Man City. No mom, a baby bedroom. Ebia na on losing form. Ebia no nya record. Ebia no nya suspension. Ebia na on pride. Na Pep still a bench no. Mama for nkasa. If you know Pep Guardiola, that is the type of coach he is. Obetia bench any time, anyhow, for the game demands, for the tactical tweak. It don't be because I was a man, so when you be more on your relevant. That is Pep Guardiola. Which must have drop boom and will be a key. Now say, Eze or Ateta day. Ateta, you're the boss in Pep Guardiola. They have a way to tell you, I am the boss.
4 games, so I'm not moving crowd.
They have a way to tell you, I am the boss. Now it is the attitude is with you. What you bench one? Oba now you be one there. Eze.
Wontumi so here.
Bra, I didn't think I can top level. O mental stability, I can't you may test too. What you bench now you more. Na come na the Hendrick so. Hendrick is just another child. No, you know. I don't see the Madrid for us a Gary Bate. Actually, no, yeah. What the pad no? You say I never Madrid for because he's communicating to the world through the lower mental weakness. No Madrid for them pesa. How dear, but stay on the bench and smile. Continue to clap. So a bedroom no. Because I'm telling you, Pep Guardiola and Kofa and buy I money.
Wontumi.
What's your mafia semenyo bebodia and kuba bia. That is Pep Guardiola. He decides according to what the game demands. But for now, let's enjoy. Okay, Abelo Aba. Then come on, you do Spain.
I'm say in your H kakra network no na.
Okay. H no
I'm say streaming no a core of parts or more when say bar on Bombesa
oh Facebook no
back Facebook from by YouTube there. Yeah, Jumanti Facebook and I'm say there was a problem no yento aso.
Oka me say Abelo emphasize on intensity and constant pressure. I don't know players, you know, clearly notice here. Oh, can I majority to her? Yeah, let's just come back to where we were at the time. And Alonso players in the same PC, players in the CC, players in the CC. We say players in notice intensity. If it has to be about the players, Madrid didn't move from Baby Adrio. And if it's a fear, this is one of the most imbalanced squads at Madrid, a parody, ever since the days of the Galactico. We also follow Real Madrid Pano. Every era, every time, there has been a squad that parody is so imbalanced. Now, boy. The key element to game no kasa you for balance. Okay, ya metabu say. Ope go zodo ana obetia bo Messi nko 11. So person twetwe obi a to betia bo Messi nko 11. And now the also goes to you change the far Ramos nko 11 regional fielders because you want to defend. It has always been about balance. Madrid squad we say it is so imbalanced. Now, the idea na kwa say last time I no more Figo, Ronaldo, Raul, Beckham, McManaman, Michael Owen, Accra after France 98. Oh, be any ball, but how to fix them as a solid team, no? Na baby issue. And until Kaya Asmana no Ronaldo Fenomeno Bekache we are seeing. Or still is big idea. No, you're so smart, but no per se or certify or no. And to satisfy certain players on the bench. It's no Ronaldo no boss 60 minutes we are no in a free. Or boss 75 minutes we are no in a free. No, they are another big boy. So the and I one time I catch and say, no, what me you can't appease everyone. I don't know be there. If you can't stand to your decisions, you will be a beya. Now some no I could do Perez and him. And I could Perez a friend no catch and say, I don't know you Ronaldo film. No, no, man for Bastaduba. So Beckham Bencho, Makamana, no, Ronaldo Bonnie. There's a big share Ronaldo, no catch a press. I am the coach. And the press the whole is a big letter, no catch as a coach, who do one of my semester brand. Send your unity. A bit to see a way. She mother the squad, no. About 4 for a home on a bomb. 6 men are being used.
Chouameni. And I come a finger.
If you say share Madrid midfielders in the last bare 8 years. Chouameni Kamavinga midfielders are omoye hunfo. Or sorry, omoye hunfo. They are the contrast of ball retentional midfielders.
Moha.
They want to release the ball fast and be free. Yes, I know Musuliti. Until a Pjanic, until a Pilo, until even a Dagula. So if you're free, you are confident. Ball control, ball retention and distribution. Body crana or system no hyehyɛ ansa na release the akɔ ɔma first phase control ɛyɛ adagula ɛwɔ 6 so but Madrid hɔ no ɔmo hu adagula so obo 6 Chomeni Kamavinga and who so Amuya want to 6-4. Okay, how about the 8? For how many on balance as 84? Oh, for 80 the back pay. Now before Julia, now before Valverde, now the Gula, now can about Chomeni, or Kamavinga, or 43 or 10 better other balance. Wingers bay, are you going to go for Mas Antonio, the young chap, or Experience Rodrigo? That's 43. But in my opinion, as a diamond, do not be Juma with a 2-man attack. Vini and Mbappe no, but Diamond no mpono obabo Adagula base no about 8 and Jude Valverde now the Diaz at 10 ho and no na yaw em say we nya the best players in FIFA but even against size like Bayern, Barca, PSG yaw you need somebody to work so abelo aba but yaw empomponi nyampaye. I'm sorry to say this, Madrid fans. Abelo Abba, but then Pomponi Yampaye. The solution is on the field.
See, Alonso.
The solution should be on the field.
Okay.
So what me I should team. At some point, to catch a Valverde say, "Oh, now you me 8." Jude Cotina bench. Or Jude, oh now you me 8. Valverde Cotina bench. Trent, oh now you me 2. Valverde unya 8 one more Cotina bench. If somebody can do that job, let's say Uma Valverde ba line up as the captain, Kobo 2. Chomeni or a French for boys, your name Madrid your connection. Chomeni bra line up Kamavinga bench. Oh yes, our political line up we will move on. You must move on Bio on Abeloa. This conversation, yow, we are here.
Yeah, be dinner more. Maxi, AFCON the Eba so later cry.
Yes.
Eba so. Mesa Bray na in you.
Yeah, me chat for now pay. I was a when I had a cap into Sassev no. I was a pintus the PP bank a cry. We'll see how it will end, but yeah, when me focus on Casa de AFCON so pan or party. Many the kind of games I be a tapped up for Manchester City. Now, I dear my pen as near baby would you know Timmy sniffy go. Any movement into the penalty box and you will see it tapping. Or because a tapping they say easy. Video ni chira who baby or start free. Ni port tell me no come fast to be pay that direction ni be pre born the two net. And I think Guardiola will be happy for him. But one thing is on my ball ni say ya uncle see there will be bad days. Yeah, there will be bad days. He has started on a very good note, but there will be bad days. As to say more for pressure Antonio Sono. And I think say Ononan Kasano one mature. He looks more like a matured player whenever he's playing. And I'm hearing there were moments are not on game no. No on game no, but on forcing himself to do something. Once your certain players be on in such an environment, they are overdoing things to prove themselves.
Yeah.
Say ya buy but you look at Semenyo and he's fully relaxed on playing on Yashi Bonnie Bedini who there was all first few minutes will lose possession be. Obia can over play no, he remained calm and play the game to another level. A man who to me turn come. But I'm happy for him. Say, what me pick up that game the results now at him Manchester City and for the return leg in there. I think say the game the crowd they are dandelion because say the City at me up about and they have 5 games in between before they play the second leg. 5 games in between. It will take time, but I think for Newcastle United, this is an opportunity. Be a it's over for them. But then there's going to be a big game between Chelsea and Arsenal. For Liam, I think the biggest test I'll be a Chelsea manager no first 1 year. Now you are not only playing against an Arsenal team or Sebi Young form near form and that form. Oh, Bertie and Arsenal team they are competing well on in every competition.
Run to me.
Now me tie Liam Nkomodi before the game. Another person say he wants to win and he wants to win now. Meaning say the target ni nyina against Arsenal na me adom any game no enye game or play draw. And I say any game a okotena chiri akobo low block ama Arsenal be dey. Abebo no pa no de akoda bi. Otiene Kasane and Komoni now he believes he needs to move Chelsea to a different level where winning becomes regular. It in the press conference in Nkomobi actually said, let's go and win. Let's go and win. Let's go and win. By yaw, Kasam Rania near the Bobono. It Yago Pramana Nebechere. Selayama are ready so Bobotia Mikel Ateta and also near ready so Bobotia Mikel Ateta. But I think one advice to Liam going into this game, yaw. You see, this is not a Mikel Arteta Munim no some years back I call actually. I've been very critical of Mikel Arteta. Why will me be a Mikel Arteta will be a bonechipa? Say he needs to win a trophy to confirm his status. But one coacher only ne kobo asusu kasa. Ne boy ya pa. Ne boy ya. Yaw, Mikel Arteta boy ya kasa.
Yes.
Or be frustrate you. Sebastian called the physical draws, physical battles, he will be there. Sebastian Kono, technical qualities, players bet me abobona, he will be there. Bayaw, me Liam ni Mikel Arteta crumple in this game. Men for me nun to a person decide this and one a kobuni yonko and one a kobuni yonko. Because Liam hasn't proven anything as it stands now to be compared to Mikel Arteta. That does not mean say only surprise be obeti me Mikel Arteta. Because football, anything can happen. But there's no need to go into contest between these two coaches. Say Liam Bassey. Maybe the only difficult thing for Arsenal is say they wouldn't know how Liam will come into this game. Because you are a new coach about Chelsea and the first big game already. The whole City ball Charlton Athletic can do the same thing about Arsenal. It's not the same starting 11 or the way remote Arsenal game. The things will change. And definitely you have to doubt, probe a lot, watch a lot of his games, but the games don't have Strasbourg games in big games. But at Chelsea, the quality is different. So you only have to guess. Maybe on the way about 2, maybe on the way about 3, maybe a shape or the baby or the app, maybe a say I'm not a striker. But for Mikel Arteta, they might know what he's up to. But me and Nuna me don't bet 2 say coaches in me when he 4 or 5 key battles. You ever Liam, me afa Mikel Arteta heard the Yamen yes Edman. Because Mikel Arteta has earned that particular respect, and he needs to stay there. But aside Mikel Arteta, mu game nene Chelsea angasa. Yaw project no mu ye ni nyina no. There is supposed to be a continuity of winning trophies. If there's supposed to be a continuity of winning trophies, there is a need for these players to step up tonight and make sure say the decision Chelsea took in sacking Enzo Maresca worth it. Now winning the Conference League, winning the Club World Cup, teams are more Conference League is totally different from teams are more Club World Cup. Now the peak and the height of it is when Chelsea defeated Paris Saint-Germain, because Paris Saint-Germain no share Inter Milan won the final of the Champions League by 5-0. And Chelsea bet by 3-0. Yow, share that performance.
Me.
And see one more. You bought Champions League, no obi big games, quarterback and Chelsea presso. Omo draw. Chelsea bully games, Sunderland and Channel. Brighton and Hove on the 30 Chelsea. But Chelsea could share Barcelona or Champions League. No, you would see ye. So that bite of Chelsea stepping up in big games. So aside Chelsea qualifying or making a statement to win tonight against Arsenal, yow, there is a need to see a team that can battle well in big games. Said the under Enzo Maresca ni who Chelsea na narration this here. Because meaning some Maresca will go into this game. Obi Arsenal because Arsenal be share Enzo Maresca. Arsenal be share Chelsea. But that is when Chelsea usually turn up. And this is a trophy Chelsea cannot afford to miss it. But for Mikel Arteta, said the nano me catch on one trophy we see Arsenal ekɔ n'anim paa so Madrid league ne dey bi o metima fa kwan bi so agye de na mmom other trophies ne be sa ye din de amom
say coach me fa Carabao na nanka.
Yeah, it gives you a breather. Adibi yi enkonson bi free okon achi. Because you see enkonson na akyekyere Arsenal kon ne okon achi ne omun sani nyina ye say munye hwe. Oh, yeni bobo. Oh, set piece. Oh, Mikel Arteta. Oh, Declan Rice. Oh, Bukayo Saka. Ye bodini nyina wie besitra. The next thing we talk about here say when is Arsenal going to win a trophy? And Omo the last time now mo edge trophy is our players now no money and Arsenal considered them say omunya part of the long-term project. And Arsenal considered them say omunya players are more enough quality to stay in the team. So if these players are maybe a term you almost say omuni enough quality. Yaw ombetimi di atina Arsenal che abu Arsenal competing for trophies. How is it that for the number of years na term you know the only squad that remaining the team to have won the last major trophy for Arsenal? Yentimi investis ka bebrebe o team we mu. Emma center back a ope and create two different teams. Now we can't just say EFL Cup the anyahwe yaw. Yen yes ade ani ntum.
They must win.
If Arsenal is supposed to win the EFL Cup.
Oh,
yes. Yaw was omoje. And now Wontumi league new. Wontumi Champions League in recent years. Therefore, major domestic trophies and also Wontumi yaw. Then Mikel Arteta was said in the two and you go on a chima pa. Oh yes, team here do the peak level domestic trophies, you know, they push and win it. It will be surprising some they do peak, you know. Just all the domestic trophies when Liverpool were at their peak, they won the EFL Cup.
So already all the FA Cup and the Community Shield.
Sana make us Community Shield can fan them.
Okay, also fan can wajet.
No, it is never a major.
No, so it's never there.
Yeah, let's educate the public. When you go to England, the major trophies are England and Community Shield in count.
And I'm saying, say, somewhere last season, the press conference, I don't because one title, no, Derby.
Messi to no,
or three.
He's only trying to prove a point for himself.
Oh, okay. But
he said they just say Mourinho can say, Waje treble, no, or J Community Shield, a EFL Cup or also J the Europa League, only treble, baby. Yeah, what's the mention Arsenal? But let's educate the public that the Community Shield is not a major trophy.
Okay.
Omafano a pre-season game to open up the league on the ball. When you come to England, the domestic trophies are valid, the major trophy, the EFL Cup, the FA Cup, the Premier League. The mensa. And now one JSU now so you wajibi. Liverpool do the pick and Jurgen Klopp. They played in the final and won it. When Manchester United were even at their worst and Jose Mourinho and the likes came in EFL Cup number GB, I read Ten Hag abejibi ko. Pep Guardiola at England. What dominated but trophy ba kwa on fen nia gro ba ko pa ni sa trophy we. Hwe no squad on the ball game ni the tension and one on the ball game no. Ojina touch la won wani bra na the gochi. Chelsea aba beje sa trophy we say bi de sini na so and Jose Mourinho and other coaches aba nyina. Yaw Mikel Arteta de bia wajina na so sa na Arsenal wenku ade ebele ni.
Okay.
Mujibi. But you see about
AFCON so real quick. Well, Steve, Bray, now you try say you bring up Mike so our line so.
Yeah, I would say interesting game tonight. Chelsea as against Arsenal. Now, whenever Chelsea appoints a new manager, you dare not say anything against the manager because they come at you. That is Chelsea. But it's a game of who needs it the most. And then you may encounter, and that is how it is. And the new manager bounce no beat me a catalyst to Chelsea's difficult game or possibly on the Bema Arsenal and then you break. Mikel Arteta Shishe team over the years they've been near men. They are coming close, but Wontumi and competition into a hard drink akra. So the vibe of winning together, no, they are yet to experience that. And you drew baby a season, yeah, track or defining moment. So every single detail matters at this stage of the season. Many mezabe on a lot of things, and then they say, Mikel Arteta, the reason between or no any Chelsea why in here trophy ne pano ebe Arsenal no, to build that winning feeling. Our Arsenal team now. Whereas the Chelsea players right now would want to prove a point to the new manager, say stick with us. Yeah, Bono. Yeah, dear. We can come up against any opposition. So we'll be a nay Liam Rossinia and would want to prove a point. And Ocean we pa among trophies now honing in ano. The closest almost to me, Chelsea can possibly win this one too. Inti a straightforward trophy for Arsenal. They will have to overcome the hurdle of Chelsea under a new manager. And the last game they scored 5. But starting here with that number of goals, no more share, you know. And the confidence the players, no. Again, they have to prove a point. Because manager, I want to say 6-year contract. Obi obi and say most of Chelsea players and Chelsea material. So whether the manager will stick with that player or let him go at the end of the season, from now to the last game of the season, a defining moment for Chelsea players.
Okay.
Until Obi Okobo game will prove a point, and that will make the game difficult for Arsenal. Arsenal might be in a dilemma. Should I start with the notable names, the big boys? And I say, may reserve be no one get it over the line for me near Chelsea league because from this game, Arsenal were huge contest be almost over in the Premier League. And we here. And this season, so any season, Akoye Bukayo Saka season, I would say he's flying. But you doubt this Chelsea team at your own peril. Maybe a Seba trophies competition at Chelsea woman. A lot of the time I don't want to speak.
This woman Freemancer.
This woman Freemancer.
Wontumi.
Because so it's a 50-50 game. But because of the new manager bounce, I would tell Chelsea say Obetima cause a surprise.
And this is even the first level.
The first league.
Final.
Yes, because people don't doubt the Chelsea team. But I feel they can cause a surprise. And now Omar pick a win in the first league. And I need a come about Florentino Perez, Real Madrid, and then the power why he will back players as against manager. Obi nyene bibi kwa. Players aboma Real Madrid no. Okay, practical terms they play for Madrid for free. That is why Florentino Perez, the Nibeji players, no, but he would want to have. And they football, BB a woman be a sikasem deals in any woman in because of that man, Florentino Perez. And then they say, the America say players play for Madrid for free, no. Ebia now unti ase nti ma me chechire. Ye wo ha ya now the deal be ba say Kylian Mbappe oni Hublot oni Dior oni companies be enya partnership at Madrid. Player be a on Simon Madrid be a instantly. Peja ne visibility.
Yes.
The marketing aspect of player na peja no. Into Madrid will contract say your free be image right. Inti fancy nka waba Wontumi. Bia yemfa ne say company X. Mo yempaboa. Person provide footwear. Sa company S no contract no akosign no. 50% aye monetary terms no ba Wontumi ho. Inti bia Wontumi may have paid X amount of money and they be foul. But who calculating with salary in the all Jeffrey would do anymore? He ends up not paying anything.
Or technical actually.
So Jude Bellingham, Adidas athlete. Check the amount they pay to Jude Bellingham. Only Louis Vuitton our contract.
And Sakrana club also.
Yes. Into as many as I think 8 partners. Vinicius was same. Until Florentino Perez say be ote hwa keke no say or call for Galacticos. He had Ronaldo, Beckham, Figo, Zidane, global superstars. Obiabo Real Madrid. Then every company would want to work with these players. So when you way money we are Brandy be a 50%. Into CR7 beba global appeal no ho omo ba bebre. This a way 25 million euros a year or half of Sasikano. Wait to 10 million, wait to 5 million or half. That is that man. Into onya diebia, the more brands no who player no visibility on the field, you know. in a way to affect him. So on ya de be devalue the price assets no ho. Nti okay can woman mu bom what him say at the end of it all they end up playing for Madrid for free.
Say salary bia or de ma
obi. Ya de ma obi na obes.
One na obes say bro sumpo.
Nti say e ka say Florentino Perez onko for manager be ahead of player the children because how many of the players abeba say no and you see a market to Zidane, Pep Guardiola, Kylian Mbappe or the prime of Messi, Ronaldo. Never say we nyina ball Real Madrid. Now say Guardiola a big boy in terms of coaching. Amount abeba boys no no never call Pep Guardiola ho. What the American say? In this way a manager abalo ayabay. Companies do send as manager no or a marketing appeal. So we would want to invest S amount of money into Jordi. But for Kylian Mbappe, these boys are more holding in. There's a secret too. Adiebi woman or benefited from. So unkonko pushia the NNC, you will want to maintain enya revenue generation from these endorsement deals are players in intervening so yeah Nike and Kylian Mbappe has been a Nike athlete from 2006 but club no I want them rush or that into whatever contract you have with the brands no yes your percentage you so who say Florentino Perez yen ni mana oyena and that there's a reason.
Yes. And you say be a old coach and I'm on the from bat. So do what she no lose finish yourself. So I may dry sick and own ya.
Then they will have to cough up and pay.
To be
Yes. So there's legitimacy. Nenyomana oyem. But Madrid hona they no mo dey Alonso no. Yaw, omo kill the career of Julian Lopetegui. Time now Oko walk up and on my fan. So Florentino Perez no debut free na papa no I'm say Einstein or mo fan ni brain so mo preserve action why or that papa na was say mo ye bibi fan because our Spain our problems with the Royal Spanish Football Federation and our head of work I was my former coach no and no more mubufu and almost sake no coach in the buyer or no coach in the yard no jano. From that point, Papa knew who no one be to call Western, no cool wolves, no chinchinisa. I don't want the same thing to happen to Alonso. So before the seasons end, he has to settle on a bigger club. Senior Bessa bounce well into the coaching scene.
Whoa, Mate. Meda say ye hwese ye benya mic na ye ne mic dinkomo because ono Morocco sporties mic into ye ne AFCON new so na mo pese mo famu a ye mfa ne kakrakra ne nkokosi se ye nyana ne yesade mic abaline so
yeah AFCON no start here and we are at a very perfect moment of the tournament. Everybody will follow football on the continent and who say this particular tournament is purely devoid of mediocrity in terms of talent and potentials. Mensura, metimaka say semi-final we say you represent it will be a course on representing a World Cup. Talk about Senegal, Nigeria, Morocco, and then Egypt. Now, the traditional pattern of our football on the continent. Traditional pattern, and I say, West Africa. Your dominant control on the continent of football. No more abe higher at TSC anymore more higher in North Africa for no. So check it out AFCON. The early stages na Ghana should be. Satamana Egypt should be. So for Morocco, Egypt to push up to this point. And similarly, West Africa, so the Nigeria and Senegal bekono. Yeah. It's almost like the continuation of the traditional dominance on the continent. Well, we said tournament to any dear my near be na me and the game no makes me a cassette se bia we Ghana Ivory Coast final bia you born a 10 Razak keeper no dem no you born a penalty 10 on 2015 you we sincha this particular Mickey ba yeah.
See, Mamma say be a Michael Sunti and Vena Yeninkumo and friend from Messamba Mosu AFCON move straight. Well, Mike, Oti and Ka Boga, on our ho, Yamu Aquaba, so we be a fine hodie.
We are come on,
Radio Dum Kakra on one kite. Well, and one now see a Babana 1-2 binti Yentimia ma. And then say 2 games and a Barcelona 2 matches in a potential final game of this very tournament. 5 o'clock away Egypt Senegal and 8 o'clock. And so the next game that is Morocco Nigeria. From a press conference I'll call enemy training grounds our corner come on what it be in the come on what didn't know. Then I will fear expecting from free these 2 games emu.
Well, Memo Tangier at the moment for Senegal versus Egypt, and I've been here observing the Koso. One thing is Senegal for no happen more games now right from the group stage, round of 16 quarterfinal. So more base and Kasai Tangier. So you find a lot of Senegalese journalists, you find Senegal fans so Egypt for no fame or mobile. So the traveling to Tangier by Egyptian fans, journalists, I think that from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we have seen an influx of Egyptian people at Tangier, and I had been in Spain, so kakra. So a lot of Europeans too are flooded in just to come and observe the game. One, a game the 2 teams possess contrasting styles. Senegal throughout this tournament, form, style of play, everything around them has been about control, authority, patience. Omunya with Bobo said the and all the opponents they have met, they are able to assert their dominance over them, and then they are able to play according to their game plan. Or more adaptive shapes, or more change kakra, but Jomo peso moye wo born, sa pepe no moye sana me pese. Egypt, a bit of chaotic, confused play, and it looks like they thrive on that. Eyadi omo born no gidi basa but ye be defended. So it is more of chaos and character. Ye soon say Egypt for ya AFCON do do sin obia say ne pese ye born ye be born in ye din results So if you check their games, game against South Africa considered a lot of chances, but they scaled through. Even against Ivory Coast, it was an end-to-end action. Egypt Asher 3, Ivory Coast Asher 2. Clearly, it should tell you something. And it kind of set the mood up for the press conference and Koy for the pre-match. Senegal coach Pap Thiaw ne Kalidou Koulibaly Nabai for the press conference. Now, Pap Thiaw spoke about Egypt team, no more respect your money idea, but Senegal is also here because of the quality that they possess. The ultimate is Omo Peso Omoje tournament, and if they need to do that, they have to beat one of the best teams on the continent and in the history of the AFCON, which is Egypt. That aside, they are also very much aware of the Omaya so far in the competition, and Senegal will know how to prepare and plan to play against them. But some things will need to change about the team, Kasai, about how they allow for opponents to attack them near the end. So, Kalidou Koulibaly, there were questions that were asked him, but then share money is simple. I say, AFCON is if 2 years, they call 4 years now, because 2 years not allows for a lot of development. Our African countries, because they use your host nation for the AFCON now. Within a 2-year period, Anya Fekrano, Obesi Stadium Bako Anamienu, Obesi other facilities are hotel, other accommodation facilities will be improved. even your transport system will be improved. So AFCON is seen as a tool to drive development across African countries. And we said the football inside. Players need here tournaments to always prepare them for an auditioning platform. As more time, they are clubs or more Montia, or more interested in their services. AFCON Buama players need be Wontumi Mondru so they saw me Khalid Koulibaly mono. Omunya akonya na ton omo at the my prospective clubs are obeni so je omo nti. So we here for 2 years that they are called once every 4 years a hard drink kakra a make can your mashe and it is not able to help development. But on it is easy or they focus here on the game against Egypt, which is a difficult game. And I may be a question about in Kwadano or Senegal team, maybe the same Ibrahim Mbaye and the Elman in the eye more or Munya Kwenyambo AFCON name to stage say. So how is it that team anymore? They have an experienced player who has tested this level before in every department. Goalkeeper Edouard Mendy. He was part of the 2021 AFCON winning squad. Defense Koulibaly Nankasa Oho. Midfield Idrissa Gana Gueye Oho. Then in attack Sadio Mane Oho. And they have experience around. Into climate and experienced players Nefaswa or more guiding Kwadana Church, especially ahead of a crucial game like this. Now, no year was simple. Before the tournament started, and all the camps they have assembled to play matches for Senegal. And Pempina no Mumpeni Fono, Kwadana Kasatu or Mufo. Even when the tournament started, game after game, Omokon Kwadane ho, and Omokasa etu Omofo. So it is something that they've been doing, and they believe that if it will be more right from the start, now they be seeing them. They have learned something from it, they have improved, and then they will be better. And they have come on your media, on your media, or no, so a kai or press conference. Now, so Senegal looked ready from the press conference. Now they caution on training, so they were very calm. There was a more show videos, maybe very calm, very relaxed, but they seemed very poised and determined. Say they will want to prove a point and showcase their Omonso Ewo. Egypt press conference. No, Hossam Hassan and Mahmoud Hassan Treze Guinea. Hossam Hassan was asked the question in relation to Senegal team. No, said they have an advantage over them. And your paper sonkwa no crane and me or car. Senegal are bought the matches me now at Tangier Stadium way. Or movie out into on two crime co baby a buana man relax under the familiarity with the facility and so a buana. So it feels like they will be playing at home. 2. Senegal now be on a day's rest after a more quarter final against Mali. Or more resting and son of Ivory Coast. It looks like enough time to prepare, but on the other kind of say the team no my crado. They are in top physical condition and they are ready for a game like this. And the best friends and the players, no, or can Arabic, or translated by English, or can moral. Into a movie that we saw more journalists, and they said, what exactly did he mean by that? No, James said, they need to be civilized on the pitch and are cultured on the pitch. Or they directly buy a near castle and the it means the Egyptian players need to concentrate and be very disciplined. Disciplined tactically, disciplined in every aspect of the word. I was so Wontumi Sadia no wabra or moba against Senegal. I don't know that boa or more metimaya the omo person or ye. Tactically disciplined, stick to the game plan. On himself Senegal in there. Omo best starting game and then your Maya Basa 1, 2, 3 now cause problems but or cancer say almost strategy or mother game you know or move to me did no make did throughout the game then definitely they stand a chance against the Egyptians. Okay, I said Senegal are one of the best teams in the tournament and also one of the best teams in and they built that character by beating teams like this. I also much less we are Egypt and then the record winners of the competition. The reserves are a question. Baku also was about Sadio Mane and Mo Salah rivalry. And I say it is good for African football. The entire good for African football. And they say, Unya Mane, now Unya Salah. they are top African players. Na ye di omo ho nkomo at the same time. Eboa me ye ton your football. So he's happy, but already Nkobeka on the day. Anka mane momon flop in a sala moment in Bobo ni yo carry no kakra. Then he also spoke about his team and some one or two developments around it. Mahmoud Hassan Trezeguet Sunya Konya Kasa any idea. The conversations bordered around the game. The two teams, coaches ni players no, they have respect for each other, judging by what transpired at our press conference. No, but I think that I can see any referee now by being near Shasia. And you both dear women in Yonko, but it is said to be a very interesting game.
What boy come up, but minimum sir said the aham common corner and I go show and yenya fella say the semi-final game between Morocco and Nigeria. Young Cassia dish referee Daniel Lai and a bear center man. Himself once I want for doing come monetary my course war internet and so Nigeria for also doing come because the last game I would and or room ho and involved Morocco no you by controversies be by our mufu so Diamond and Quanium say they are host nation DNA Diaminim the same in Como I be more feel say lie at the appointment Taman she nim say or you qualified also because you them level RF Daniel lie at the game no and so I could do Nigeria for more grounds ekasa now omo can so ade no mo can fe Morocco for no and so feel say and one
I think say in Como when is a would we are saying the real world and the social media world. On social media, the conversations have been around the controversy in Como, but in reality, yes, but these discussions have been had heartily. And yeah, be a buffo woman, I say, we person even some of the Nigerian guys, and I'm the Gary didn't come. Gary is in Rabatam in Tangier. After Nigeria press conference, me didn't come like we were sharing ideas or sharing information regarding their course of their press conference. I said, no, catch him say Nigeria police almost say and like I said, na boni bi dia yo bi omo fanche omo be start artist no omo be mashata wala I big omo be ye so I say say any enije na aye kakra but on social media yes you find some very unsavory comments about it. Now this is the intention. Referee obedi game Senegal and Egypt game, you know. He's also a young referee, but ne pedigree ankasano, he's a CAF elite referee used mostly for VAR. You use for the video assistant refereeing system, but or a CAF elite referee or ka referees are bet me don't say Ubuaka said where the CAF anyone said they are the future of the game. He's just 33 years. Pierre Acho of Regabon. Pierre Acho. If you look through the games, I would the AFCON matches never do saying Daniel Lai. But Dodo Naso was also as a video assistant referee. Then for Daniel Lai, he is 38 years per the data available. 38 years, no would 3 AFCON matches per. But Oko VAR, the trainer, the wire center referee. Okovana, Daniel Lai a solid reputation, the experience no, absolutely immense. And trying to pulling from our and say, Lai as the video assistant referee, the African Cup of Nations, within 9 matches in 2 tournaments, and some were crucial games. Now, what the knockout stage in Kwano, he has 3 games under his belt from the 2024 edition. This tournament, 2 games as a VAR referee, the knockout stage, and then 2 in the group stage. 89 games in a while as the VAR referee. Now, CAF is trying to just show to the rest of the world, say, they have more dynamic referees who can excel when they are acting as VAR referees or acting as center referees. And that is the statement they are communicating out there. On the side, people will try to read meanings into it. Nadia Daniel Lai, why VAR referee for Morocco games in Quan 2. Now, the game at TCC, no, yeah, Baba Manedi. So it means Lai will be involved in 3 Moroccan games. 1, Morocco Zambia, on an VAR referee. 2, Morocco Cameroon, which gained a lot of attention, judging by some 1 or 2 things. I'm probably now what did you say? He was the VAR referee. And right after the Cameroon game, where there were a lot of complaints, Yeman Ababedi as the center referee. On the reverse, it means CAF is reposing confidence and trust in Daniel Lai. Tino said you made the name, man. It is a open 24 more around. Only Omudin Komona. I geared towards something like this. But on social media, boys name ready for some common way. Devi omo agenda ne de I was safer because obi person or this Nigeria, obi person different Nigeria. We know social media. Some post for the traction, the traffic, and then they are monetizing social media. No, or per content be generate a lot of talk, controversy, debate. No, with me enough numbers now maniska. In general, man, common here different. Reality, what is happening here is basically different from what is happening on social media. Maybe I know Morocco in India. My name the Omonka or Ghana, like in real life situation. But what is happening here? The focus has been on the games and not on the officials. And even for the Nigerian journalists, I have not heard or seen anyone vehemently condemn the appointment. No. And by now, we would have heard the Nigeria Football Federation said they are protesting the appointment of Daniel Lai. Baby science here, so far as it stands, to the best of my knowledge. And I think two different conversations in the real world and then on social media are very different. But for me as a Ghanaian, I am very proud. And I'm hoping to meet the FA president one of these days. No, maybe something about this initiative because there are a lot of Ghanaians who are putting their country on the map because we did not play at the AFCON, Yambabi, but we've had Ghanaians play some prominent roles. The DFA president is here, he's been seeing it. But yeah, your own Juliet Bewa, Ibrahim Sani Dara, playing excellent roles for CAF, our tournament. The last game I'm about Tangier, Michelle Juliet, Sani there, anytime I'm about Tangier, Sandy, he's the dawn of Tangier or Wahasa. But Juliet, I met her the last game, Senegal versus Mali, and she was very excited. And I was also excited to see one of our own at the top there. Nico Usu is here acting to contribute to the security systems. Fredachi was based in Casablanca throughout, did an excellent job coordinating some matches. Any idea? Na Yankasa your own situation, George Ado. Like, I was so proud in what he does best with TV commentary, with the likes of Sebastien Basson, Johan Giroud, former Arsenal player, Patrick Mboma, and yes, situation, Georgia. And coming in Mboma, because these are top players, you will barely see them. But because a Ghanaian is there, a door was open for me to also have access. Inti Mboma din komo. One Basong Udin Komo, Johan Giroud. So it makes it impressive. So I am very proud of the few Ghanaians who are here, who are putting the country on the map. And Sir Daniel Lai appointment ways it fits into it. And it's not like, excuse me, was an hour bomb. But it looks like you need to controversy who too much in tea. The other for it will be a semi controversial. But we fail to appreciate the landmarks some of these things do for Ghana. And we need to start appreciating and celebrating Ghanaians who make it to this level. And then forget about the agenda, the controversy now. Boys no do no more on social media. No. If I was an Elijah, I would be very disappointed. But I know him. He's just focused, and I know he will deliver a great game. I am just praying he delivers a solid game so that the naysayers and all those who went about saying some referee that he is. He is human. He will not get it perfect, but I know and trust that he will deliver a solid game.
How P Mike, but one kasa personally when you from one be I want say be a tricky say be an hour say when about the third Moroccan game or no be involved. Who say tricky and man say be one appointment aside say two countries will be any problem no. What personally one appointment and say.
I think CAF as I mentioned, Lai has dealt as regards the AFCON, no, basically as a VAR referee. As a main referee at the AFCON, we did just 3 matches. The last one was Algeria, Burkina Faso group stage. Into Shemupa, AFCON Nankasa ondi matches dodo, and he's 38 years. I don't think per the pedigree or the CAF elite referees, Lai will be given the final. So this might likely be his last AFCON too as a main referee. So how about we reward him with a game like this? Because he's a solid referee, very competent. He's done so well, not just AFCON, CAF Champions League, Confederation Cup, where he did the matches Bebre, the Chan, and the other continental assignments, he's been actively involved. So as a way of rewarding him for the years of consistency and then the improvements that have been added to his game, no, let us give him this match. Menya sure say CAF personally, every person by appointing a referee who is not fit for purpose in a game like this. Menya sure say CAF, by how this tournament has gone and the kind of message I must send it to the rest of the world, will want to tarnish their own reputation and their own competition. No. So who beside me personally, yes, it might be coincidental. We did 3 games. He's been a VAR referee for 2 games previously involving Morocco. But when he's going to act as the center referee, Abongile Tom now, or VAR referee, he is a main center referee, but he's reversing roles. That is the dynamism CAF wants to portray. So, referee as a center referee, and he will do a solid job. Daniela ina why VAR no. Also, then he will do a solid job. So there is not much of a difference between the VAR referees, quote unquote, and then the main center referees. And that is the message CAF wants to send out there. Now, if they need to send a message, they will need somebody they trust, somebody they know has been consistent, and somebody they believe will do a job. And that is why I feel proud in this appointment. Because elite referees no 10. They did not settle on anyone than Daniel Lai. It should communicate something. That CAF needed somebody they trust. In fact, tension was our game where as I say Senegal and Egypt there. Because the host nation is involved and there is a lot of pressure. Morocco for normal person moje tournament. So for CAF to trust Daniel Lai to do a job, not to go and do a hatchet job, say, yeah, we are born a passer, uncle Wiemo Matimba Kondabi. For CAF to trust him to go and referee this game and not just put the name Daniel Lai on the map, but put African football and AFCON on the map. I think it is a solid appointment. And I'm only hoping and praying that it goes well.
For time now, fee. When I'm saying Yamiad Moch now, we games now, and you games now, you best about champion.
Mate.
Yes, Sporty FM's Michael Asar Bodu, Mike and so I'm saying Yanni Bisuya so and Mike and so Aquari, but Yan Brain and fan of 5 we move on where I 2 games, he beats me. I summarize 2 games and Biabina 5 minutes now for couple day and stories Nabana was out to us.
Yeah, and that game no a big Mickey extensively. Come on, say you free Mickey will be I don't know their mind. Why are they Mickey baby? I come say Kalfanaba. Yedi papa ko pa
na we sa se bi antika se ko fa report so yira fo bi se na woni guess go pum the water
make your mind
kwan ke nya
bra e true
wo na akomoro kwan ke nya no onye su wo be ka so na kwan wo fo na dum
ayira ya dum
phone no by next month or so to for yes yeah the source e beto phone ama wo make a try accountant say more franco bank one from na yen go to phone ma
video analyst
o ba da ba dress ji phone one you say company na che phone
video analyst video analyst
was over kwe be from ka say the number you
down na me charge kakra mo frɛ ma
new things no penama yes na
ponam ba bia ponano ko penama we
so friend na
bro na ko muro kwa nka be bro say
come break
pano ne nam
he sapan bi mu ha no india fo na eto emu ha Mickey my report pa na osaso Borgnian contingent kakra eye adwuma edema kafuni na baso from Achine Sanidara Juliet munyina wo ho no ne Sicho. I mean we have a good team ewo ho. Now back to the game no omonfa fixtures into so me wade bia mpesa me de che ye nkrofo anu hwe show no enne no eye tricky. I'm starting Nigeria and Morocco no ebeko 2-1 Nigeria
sebeko 2-1
Nigeria. The best first goal Nigeria. Morocco betia a bear 1-1 a back penalty and then a Morocco the be Nigeria the film. Senegal and Egypt no. Senegal first goal back to us win the game now. Should Senegal have the first goal against Egypt?
Egypt things being coming back.
Derby. But my fear is say Senegal ma Egypt the game not travel could do the last 20 minutes. I'll be you my film. I'll be Senegal film. I think Nigeria Senegal will qualify
for the final.
Yes.
Wow. Mesa.
Yeah, it's interesting to look at the fixtures in the Eba. But especially Egypt and Senegal. Now me share 2006 and 2021. But the Wumpa MSM new huni say Egypt and Senegal share 5 solid times. They move 5 no. In 1986, Egypt share omo. Omo in 2000 Senegal be share Egypt share omo. 2002 Senegal. Then fast forward the Babe 2019 mobile BC 2021 the Egypt the ombeje trophy ni free omusem but the mom fixture near very dicey kakra de Senegal ni yaw Egypt Senegal team in North African team or the semi-final of the AFCON da Omoshe Algeria 1990 Algeria shene at the quarter-final ana mo be share Egypt in 2006 na Egypt so say you omo de omokoe enti omokobusa Hosam Hassan e press conference say I said the Senegal ye case the momo ana Hosam say there be Senegal ye case in famaye upo bi kura watete Senegal kura omo Egypt for na atete omo until recently ya Senegal J AFCON efri omo nsem say am man qualify to the World Cup no and they criticize issues no but it's all about quality versus quality, experience versus experience in the tournament. 3 players or more creative chances no Sadio Mane, Ademola Lookman, and Mohamed Salah. And the Mumienu na Asia in Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah. In 2021, players are massive free. The setup of Senegal muno omu no so bebre. Nam placement in kan Sekou Kouyaté in kan Buno Sarr amabi. Abdou Diallo amabi.
Omo ko no wo.
What them by corner Edward Mendy wo ho. About 2021 nibi
Ghana game nyina
da so Khalid Koulibaly Sadio Mane Islam Assar Papi Gueye kra na no bomb midfield na obedi aboso no o free bench be boss game nibi Mohamed Salah Mustafa Mohamed Umar Mamouche no mu nyina so ye part of 2021 AFCON final no Hamed Fati oni Mohamed El Neni eno mu mienu na eni ho ba Mohamed Atiama beji position na boso Abu Gabia and da san final no bena oniwo Shenawi ever experience the number of AFCONs awada ono so de aba Fatu not a part of that particular team and there was a baby yaw we are in for a crunching encounter between these two sides.
I'm gonna qualify
yaw me to me say Egypt omudrum rebi say dia memo 55% chance ara Senegal be dominating game ni nyina be boss Senegal o ase chance o Senegal was a chance o Senegal was a chance e beti ase o se salaba akubi near the call but Morocco ni Nigeria na e daisi kakra Nigeria anka so muta Asia host nation a omo hye bi de but dodo o ma lusu do so chen dodo o ma hye Ghana in 2008 quarter final na ye hye o mo meboa Obehe even against Ivory Coast in 2023 ya kra no mo sa ye dey elusi there have been times where Algeria even hosted the AFCON Nigeria where the Nigeria lost Nigeria so team when you better than the omo ball final in 2023 AFCON because when you are more dynamic omo you adaptive and omo so you more clinical omo betimi no wa bam wa so aye pa ba yaw game we say Morocco ayo Madrid so very near free bench omo to Madrid because Nigeria so bench pa Samochu go say ba tournament no mo bi Paul on watu ye de bebem last hour 10 minutes bi jan ole aina last time Nigeria ebo AFCON final no na ebo mu full back ne ba ko em won say ba tournament ole ana kwanya bi mo we me see in this game but onye di kaba be shem if Morocco about teams or tournament we ma yaw okuni ni
so when they qualify
I think Nigeria will qualify.
Okay, Steve Bray.
Now,
a
difficult encounter. The eyes of the world will be on Africa because of interesting stories. There clubs, players, free clubs, Viva. But Morocco records no shada and call Momo in the 21st century. The last time Omu make it to this stage after AFCON final, in 2004, Tunisia had to win it. Now, said nothing will stop Nigeria. Two forces and Eba. Obi our pride to protect. You want to win the trophy as host nation. And about also at their force from West Africa and Eba. Eden. Now, Osha recent winners now. West Africans for no dominate. We Algeria before 2019 2017 yenya Cameroon obenya Central and then West Africa omo kan bi yenya Senegal
2021
and yenya Ivory Coast and then
the last edition.
Interestingly, we still have two West Africans against two North African side. Based on board I heard it, I feel Nigeria is standing a better chance to qualify. But the crowd never back behind them. If I would want to see something different from Walid Wagragu, till date being we are losing the 204 final, he was part of that team. But tactically, mean share that who be I hear a team, the quality that team in the one and the show near somewhere. Whereas Eric Chell and so actually said in all the games of boy or change BBR a cut to Nigeria's advantage. That is where the game will be decided. Where quality of Moroccan stuff, the individual brilliant stuff, the collective effort. That is what I'm looking to. So both teams will score. A few will travel beyond the 90 minutes. A very difficult game, but eventually Nigeria will make it to the final. That's how I see it. Senegal and then Egypt. Egypt for the omo lie bina no more yeno. And no be no more debo because you hit him pass say Remy Rabia dear ho Fatu dear ho and then Ahmed Fati in so on the right side they are doing very well. But midfield in the be determined game no. And the game no I would say Egypt for no working more. They will have a lot to do in the middle. Mama Shaw, Zizou, they have a lot to do. Trezeguet, they would have to help them. And even when they are among committee so much because I'm not trying on the counter attack now. I don't think Salah for with one assist. A game of equals, match of equals. And the many agents say countries in India, who say local coaches now a lead you more to this competition. I feel AFCON no I was say Africa cap no a blessing Mo Salah. Now unim say countries for ya okay ubia so at the African Football of the Year about Morocco Ashraf Hakimi, Nigeria at the Ademola Lookman ne Osimhen ana Oshe Senegal so the Sadio Mane ono so agi 2 times, Salah agi 2 times. So interesting. May the best team win, but may a bit biased towards you say omelette mania qualification. By games are yen I mean say MSC. But these are the 2 teams I'm picking for the final. I'm picking Nigeria and then Egypt final.
Okay. Medasi. Kapo.
Yeah, fancy.
Yemre na fi fa odi na bra.
Well, yemfa loka no kakra mra na no pena yento aso de ana yerem wo Krobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko aso yemzenra e training grounds said anopa medical 2 January Richard Boadu Agadas training with the team ye share the updates about Agadas ni move no to Krobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko ne are said no mabisiako coach assistant coach Edema Kotoko coach Hamza Obe and so report and say omo no ko team no say onko na afi onko to aso na afi senior team ne de coach Hamza say de omo edna ko team no say ja ono nso onko to aso na afi omo na dwuma e ho na nuama enye kama pa na Samba O'Neil enso contract issue e Kotoko no say report and say we inform ni management ne say January transfer window kona wiye na say deal bia ma ya oba extend de ama Kotoko say de be as a team bia ba Kotoko tona umbenya kakra area from December after January transfer window no oba sign short period be 6 months be to 1 year say be do bia ba krobia ebenya kakra area from na Kotoko IMC no report and say fancy senior players no on say omo ebi mu cause problem o camp pa wo clubhouse na report and say clubhouse no you say by June July there be senior players ni be afio na omo a mo cause problem dem say be omo ambakwa ha omo dan say ombe pe ba bi e de amomo nti by June July there omo say senior players no omo be yi omo afri any clubhouse no e de ba na Unilever Ghana so any Krobia aba boom with partnership said the be sponsor omo nkomo no edu achiri pa free na committee me I will say the announcement baba so omo ne Krobia enso awie no Unilever nkomo eno no na transfer market ni on say anopa no me be bi de ma say Ghana in players ne value no kwa na ekosro we are top 5 most valuable players in Ghana Premier League according to transfer markets and Hamza Issa has a 150,000 euros. Hussein Mohammed 150,000 euros. Zakaria Hussein Kotoko 125,000 euros. Kwampuku Kotoko 125,000 euros. Anna Andrews Inti Menu and so 125,000 euros. Inti way transfers Kroma value players no womo value any dem amount and show no so no na Ahmed Fati coach at the Ma Swadu All Blacks. Enra Ahmed Fati training. Na fancy coach no wono akotro Facebook so resign more than the coach no beto so amiare Ahmed Fati
training grounds
ne goodbye message or dem so do for na nanka yahwe ne hu said no ono ana kotro ze de wa resign but then na oteho or training no ba nyo no training o ba ko training grounds so na fancy so do blast coach friend Ahmed Fati no one war is a control letter my team is wajai. Officially, team no receive letter say Mbia Minya Jumani Bium. On said city no. Na oya last obeseka team no epamno. On no ni letter no the Bible until the way now I got thrown in you. So a judgment about company farmer ne. Na company fanity and nkoma pamno say any coach ko no agene compensation. And the compensation is no nam chen any idea. Say ko be last year na nkeja
so ka so resign na wajai dia omunsu ni hwomutua na ma
sa nti ono no yes o mepam no ba wo de we aba wo de we ba na no asa kwotna training grounds o hwe say de no amasi kwa any adam penfo so do mani hwe no All Blacks one so hwe de Fati ye wo ha na Ahmed Fati no enkomo ekoso nyina ne say wono o move bi o ho ma no
oh deal be woman no nti ko be say ko ye fast nanka o jihana nan ko ye fast ayede akofa ne new deal no ana as all blacks for no so at say anoma bi bo bi oh nti o mo so o ma dwen say ne ye no tia ne say ti say mpamo ana wona also waje adwuma no ko Facebook ba amfa letter mai to o mo so o mo try ne so amfa ne letter nye dey emra say ne one resign nanka eja o maja no kwan no e di free oba na de mate no kra say so do all blacks say Ahmed Fatikwa fancy o metimi as the broni aba be adwuma no yes o metimi say because o mo say abrofo ne ba o madwuma no ye ne ye fe e de mo nti o munya broni o mo sa pepa ti Ahmed kra kwa o mo sa betimi de broni fofraba na documents bi zo abedu kumase den enya asem get one say Karim Zito adwuma no makaje o say IMC no omuma no 3 matches emma omukache ni say onhwe yi na 3 matches no e fa nchen a ebia bibi betimi but documents bi abepie kumase CVB ababedu eno e broni CV abedu kumase o ma access bibi a fancy nkomo okoso nti after Karim Zito no
Rose na brofo na de kotoko aje
Broni aje league we pom hada
Broni aje league da
Kruma de
kotoko ne kan ma so ye ne meeting no kotoko
de bio
to no so be pe kotoko juma na ye
ti bibi nam kwa so basa
okay
bibi sa nam kwa so ba no so ba genti ere but still omo try say omo de broni beba ti kotoko adwuma de broni o se de abrofo no sami ti o na me report de o ka o se omo nya de na eba na o be so kan no
how can we run as we dey
ezo
omo ya de be $30,000
I don't ntimintia aha ntiwe mu na omo ye na attachment no na ja
say o be $250,000
na Black Stars gra Black Stars gra you I'm fancy na new mumre town na so
wo new so me when I say abrofo no so my dey
akomela kan ene wantin boys o
gas na now says
all say Swedro Blacks this season no am surprising nipa bebre am performances no after say omni brekum Chelsea ball game no wie ya no it gave a lot of fans back in Swedro the bigger hope so metimi ayi bibi ko bofo yes since 96 ye hu mu biemo e nyame ase so mo ba bofo mo tutum ni mayi bofo say bofo he
bofo
oko Tamale City we have always been champion and say about the northern hemisphere of our country no you benya 2 free be area free on mo dia ba it hasn't been the case actually Tamale City and a Kerala aso akwakoso so ho say but look Tamale City o hefa players are who do no the league, you know, they have some quality players in their mix, but Tamale City and Econo. Samson Dukunya Hono free by Godfred Aban, God knows Jefferson.
Yeah,
Tamale City no good players, and I'm the court relegation. No, Kotoku Reyes, Kapu Obai no Wanko. So, if you from bar, it has always been a struggle. In Swatrabai. You saw Africa Babes but after Africa I didn't see. So Oshaya semantics nations. Omumi do your mobile no, say no way. Nations crowd they na you know. Me cry na me kase. Nations they are punching above their weight.
Okay.
Because systematically if you division 1 bar you try to survive. You get some roots. Very much deeper in our football. And some of try to fight, but nations buy now. What the upper coach?
League in the street.
What fighters nations OD outside even the top 4 crana yomoya. And on my yarn about the fans in the team. Mexican nations bash I said no you say you survive here. Expectations and crack confirm. But they have always been hawking around number 2, number 3.
Sure.
And today, nations are starting league from some of your competitors.
Oh no, any league no go so disappointed.
Who say one? And then semantics. senators buy em say 2-3 years here mu okwa boy nko adia amde be shoni unye dro boy nko adia and munya away points few ones be no de ka ho coach ne Rudin Ahmed and Oje League no de mamo these two clubs and the way to academy say in the last 10 years it's a club we free division 1 more ba abe survivor aboso a nations and matters apart from these two couple wow but piano we find a way out
obeko
now say All Black situation has been very even check All Blacks in half for no buy All Blacks on here for no buy you know one day buy
yeah
go check it to wonders
Chefano go say go is cabo divine pig to
All Blacks no money buy you omo tro bruta
easy
ono ho is so no buy oh dey you buru no so bubi
on dey na dance as
when you kotoko the task no
yeah
you go now no nya grow they have a very good team and in even with that where obi of division 1 but also you coach edi
yeah
Tijani omo you coach edi na o seka o kase oh mo dey baby how mo ye dey mo yade mo fanche coach no but they really want to survive division 1 dey born it no so they've made technical changes.
Wow.
But All Blacks has been very much different. So me tell say All Blacks dear saba news no me change coach me say in fact personally and I hope say going forward no ometimi anya niam ye even if say Ahmed fact best here e ka be me de pa
to be say ga Ahmed in stay na go
me pick coaches changes so
one say amwa
ya no distracted squad no Diana me pese oye adwuma na onyeye
okay
but dia no akwakoye no empanifo betimi akasa oye adwuma and na no na so adro mai so moko rom ho yi kwanti ene ya ne ma meka
gazo mko ya ma ya apam coach o ma nya nro
performance na sai and my last game
be say ko capture bibia kama pa babat
I'm camera na nto so na asemi aked asena edam so yere
you go I azo muzingo me demonstration bo man am zo go mu ro mu ange ko capture but o man ye we
ye
me ne wo ke ko All Blacks
so me menya na ko real season
okay
menya but only said the most dangerous interest holders stakeholders in football fans we are dangerous
onti o mu
a mount of pressure administrator dwane si obe dwane fans just someone come mu so to me to mpanifo no the guys working
don't man the time no vanye do
I'm telling you omopa eno na ya na meka no opa yina di na fe yen hwe
chane abeto aso
sure.
That's fa the more you nyanka be call catch me say nka won na de me kokra but that's why you wani a o ye we I mean that's new no ma me nya me birthdays ni we quick one na me we no na ye can say semens why settle na fi ma ban so and the quick one mo nya ne fast ma me na yen ko ntem so happy birthday